let's do a cheers to the Sobeys and Safeway Liquid Beer Release podcast.
Be right again.
I love you guys.
Careful, that cake's hot.
Check-in, come on, let's go. It's the AM Nasty Big Hello.
Hello!
It's not static, AM radio.
It's the Cool Ben Red Hot Nielson Show. Let's go. Everybody tuning in, even my wife.
Mommy likes too.
And those Macromella intros are cutting like a knife. Hey, it's Mitch texting in, he's your dealer for life. Let's crack a 6 o'clock and lager with some sirloin bites.
Try. Try. Leon scored a goal tonight. Watching him play is quite a sight. You know this song is tight. Oilers fans, come on. You loved him endlessly since he was drafted number 3. He's a center with a size that was born in Cologne. Try to stop him, you can't do much more. That ain't no lie. You just wanna see him shoot and score. It was try. Gonna make a fool out of you. Probably score a goal and assist on 2. You can't stop him, and that ain't no lie, cause it's try. Don't even try to play him rough. Leon is a German, so you know he's tough. His hands are crazy, and Aikens loves his eyes. Yeah, it's try. Gonna make a fool out of you. Probably score a goal and assist on 2.
Chinstrap Awareness Month is upon us. Charge. Charlie the Penguin. Chinstrap Penguin. Charlie the Penguin. Chinstrap Penguin. Charlie the Penguin. Chinstrap Penguin. I remember my first toy penguin. Hello. My name is Charlie the Chinstrap Penguin. Because I'm a Chinstrap Penguin. Charlie. The chinstrap is an aphrodisiac. Confirmed.
Everything about it is perfect.
There's good chinny and there's bad chinny.
Yeah.
I'm sure Ryan Rashog probably shaving in the hot tub as we speak. There you go. Beautiful. Charlie the Penguin. Chinstrap Penguin. Charlie the Penguin. Chinstrap Penguin. Charlie the Penguin. Chinstrap Penguin. Sketchy animal mascot. Charlie the Chinstrap Penguin. That's Charge mascot. I love that penguin. The animal world. Happy Charge, everyone. Help us end the stigma. Hey now, grow a chinstrap. Charlie the Penguin, Chinstrap Penguin, Charlie the Penguin, Chinstrap Penguin, Charlie the Penguin, Chinstrap Penguin, Charge, Charlie the Penguin,
6:06 on the Nielson Show. That's how you start a week. That's how you start the final day of Chinstrap Awareness Month. Charge Tisby wrapping up after today.
See, that's how you end a month.
What do you think
right?
of my? What do you think of my
Look at
chin
that.
today, buddy? Oh, look at this. She's a tight one, boys.
Polished up.
She's a tight one.
A little thick.
Tightened
not
her
too
up
thick, not
last
too
night.
thin, eh?
Yeah, no, it's medium thickness.
Yeah.
And I got in the lab last night. Good work, Trev. Throw up that tight shot
in
there.
the lab.
There we go. Look at that. In the lab last night. I know some of you are like, man, you look just like you, Darvish. You're right.
Yada, yada, yada.
do.
New kid in 9 months.
Yeah, let's be honest. Another charge baby on the way.
Get ready for that boom.
Just kidding. Oh, wouldn't that be something? All right, if you're watching over on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for us. Hey, it's a Monday morning. The Oilers, beating the Flames. Leon Draisaitl's back. Oh my God,
They're back.
They're not back. Well,
They're back.
as long as Draisaitl's around, maybe they're back.
That's
interesting road trip coming up. 2 really tough games, 2 joke games, and we're already furious.
yeah.
Like we're already starting the week. We're angry boys. I can't believe you even brought it up today.
Well, it is having
Go
to
ahead,
do with
tell
the
the people,
Oilers.
tell the
Yeah,
people, tell the people.
the Oilers embark on a 4-game trip tomorrow night down in Vegas, 8 o'clock.
Whatever, it's Vegas. Right?
That's
You're
Vegas.
fired
It's
up.
fun.
You're
It's
watching
Vegas.
it, no matter what.
Slots and everything. Thursday, game 2 of the 4-game trip. 8:30 scheduled start, which means do the math, probably closer to 9. The Sharks from the SAP Center.
8:30.
The mecca of the SAP Center. One of the best rinks in the league.
An 8:30 start
Yeah.
on a weeknight
Thursday.
against the San Jose Sharks.
Scheduled 8:30, so you know it's going to be.
It's going to be
They'll probably
8:42.
It'll be Joe Thornton night, and they'll.
Come on. I'm already pissed off for Thursday night.
But at least it's Thursday and you go into a Friday. I'll hit you with this one. They round out the trip. They'll make a stop in LA 2 o'clock Saturday. Next Monday, 8:30 in Anaheim. Honda Center.
So the two
meccas of-
you know what games
Yeah.
on this trip are 8:30 starts.
Scheduled.
My God. That's awful. Anyway, think about that. Enjoy the 8 o'clock start against Vegas tomorrow
It's
night.
going to be fun.
Yeah, that'll be great. All right, 780-218-9999. If you're watching over YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for us. A huge shout out, Hernan Salas, who's going to be miserable on Friday when he comes in. After not starting a post-game show until 11:15, 11:30 on a weeknight.
Moment of silence for her.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, Trev, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, Trev.
Welcome back.
He's back.
Welcome back. Trev
doing
is
good
back.
now.
We're the 3 best friends that
Yes,
anyone can
I
have.
have.
So you're doing a little bit better?
Oh,
You were very
a little
angry
bit better.
Thursday night,
Way
though,
better.
hey? You're
Oh.
sick. You're watching them see what happens in Seattle.
That was the worst flu I've had in my entire life. Easily,
What?
Without a doubt, man.
Holy
like,
smokes, buddy.
I have never been out that hard. Like it was tough. Like everything, every joint in my body felt like cement. Like I couldn't move it, man. Like it was the absolute worst.
Oh,
and
no.
my head felt like it was going to explode. I didn't have a headache, but it just, my
What?
sinuses, it was just,
Ah.
it was the worst, man.
My sinuses were messed up last Thursday, Friday, too. Like behind my eyes, it hurt.
Yeah, man. Like I felt like my eyes were going to pop.
Yeah.
It was the worst, man. And even now, like it's so weird. Like I'm having like, I swear I can like hear myself. Like there's like an echo in my brain right now because of my sinuses. I'm
Really?
still so clogged up there, but
Classic brain echo.
yeah, classic brain echo.
God.
But I am back. We're back.
Are you
Let's
feeling
go.
better after Draisaitl bare butt spanked the Flames late on Saturday?
Thank God. Like, oh yeah. I
He
don't
did
know.
have
like,
to come to the rescue. There. They were
did.
going to
He
lose
did.
that hockey game.
I'm very confused because a lot of people are saying it was like there were so many mixed reviews on the game. The broadcast saying this is the battle of. I'm like, I mean, it had the Perry scrum. I was like, okay, that's kind of fun. And then it had the 3 minutes of Draisaitl just dominating, you know? And so I was like, I didn't think it was a crazy good game. I thought it had a few moments, but I mean, they got the job done. And Leon, I mean, he was out there, but I think the Hart conversations, he's definitely still in the conversation after that performance.
I mean, it's him or Hellebuck. I mean, both of them have had Hart Trophy worthy seasons. I'm not like, I know Edmonton will be mad if Draisaitl doesn't get it, but Winnipeg will be furious if Hellebuck doesn't get it. I don't know what the rest of the nation is thinking. I think actually Jay Onright threw up a poll last night. What's Jay? I looked at last night. It was funny because it was like 44% for Draisaitl, 44% for Hellebuck, and then 12% for other. But it was that was like a non-Edmonton or Winnipeg poll, and that was the one that I was actually really kind of curious to see. You find it? Here it is. Okay, so the only 500 votes. Geez, you think Jay's account would get a few more votes than that. But anyway, 49% for Draisaitl, 37% for Hellebuck, and 13.6% for other.
Coolbet's got Hellebuck minus 115, Draisaitl plus 100, and McKinnon plus 475.
So minus 115 and plus 100 is almost a pick 'em. I mean, it's a toss-up. It's going to be a hell of a race. Both guys are 100% deserving of the Hart Trophy. I'll be very interested to see how that thing sorts itself out. How was your weekend? Did you do any fine dining or anything? Or you guys are kind of foodies, right? You like to eat sometimes?
No, I made beef tacos at home.
That sounds nice.
Did get to celebrate a birthday yesterday, and I'd like to wish a happy birthday to my nephew and my niece. Olivia turning 12 today, and old Freddie, the big dog, 2.
2?
The big 2.
Wow, 2 years old.
Yeah, went over there yesterday, and
shout out to Luke and John. They're
great spread.
Terrible 2s.
He's terrible with lowercase t, but nonetheless.
Did he have a cake? What did he,
Cupcakes,
did he love them?
big spread, chip dip, jelly beans, that whole thing. Flew in some pies for the adults, right?
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah, a couple of tins.
Yeah, a couple of tins.
Beer.
Oh,
for the adults. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Yes,
I like
good.
that. Well, happy birthday, Freddie.
Yeah, happy birthday, Fred.
Yeah, I got 2 years old. Hey, before you know it, he'll be 10.
It's his final birthday too of the lone child.
Oh
the next
yeah,
year. So
that's right.
So
from now on, he won't be as important.
No, not at all.
Yeah, you're right. Enjoy it, kid.
Enjoy it now. Yeah.
You're about to go by the wayside for the next year or two. Yeah. All right. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. That'll get you smack dab into the Paris Jewelers inbox today, where we'd love for you to pound that box this morning. Buy now, do not pay for 1 year at Paris Jewelers. 22 stores across 4 provinces: West Edmonton Mall, Kingsway, Londonderry, Sherwood Park Mall, and St. Albert Center. And of course, online, www.parisjewelers.com. Today's the final month of Charge, which means it's also the final day of Charge, which means it's also the final day of March, which means it's the final day of Truck Month. At South Ford Chevrolet, the presenting sponsor of this show, Truck Month. Deeper discounts, lower interest rates on Silverados and heavy duties, 0% financing for up to 72 months on the Silverado Customs and the Custom Trail Bosses. And of course, they are the award-winning 2024 GM President's Club award-winning South Ford Chevrolet. Drive a little, save a lot at South Ford Chev. Check them out, www.southfordchev.com. One of your text messages will win text of the day today, of course, for A&W. You'll get an A&W gift certificate. Hey, shout out Hernan Salas for the clean job.
Say, he didn't. I mean, you're.
Yeah, I don't know. Has anybody dusted those yet?
No, your Tales of the North pen is kind of.
Whoa! I didn't see that.
It's in the details, right?
What is this?
No, and I think we keep the tradition of nobody dusting that.
Nobody dusts the legs
why
under
bother?
this TV
Why
stand.
bother, right?
But everything else is looking pretty clean in here. I came in yesterday. I had left my computer charger cable here over the weekend. I wanted to do some work yesterday, so I came in here. And first thing I noticed, it was tidier. It was a lot tidier. And then I was looking around. I was like, man, Hernan cleaned up.
Yeah, it's just, it seemed, he took
it's
cans.
organized.
He
He's
took
organized.
cans.
Yeah. He did cans. He did garbage.
He's eating my lunch.
He took the recycling. Like Hernan Salas. Well done, sir.
Who's next month? Do we?
Glue guy.
Oh, okay,
H-I-J. J will be the next one. So Jay gets the month of April for cleaning the office. But Hernan, I thought I did a good job. I kind of initiated the whole thing. You did a tremendous job. But I almost think Hernan has set a new standard here.
Yeah, it'd be tough to follow. And staff meeting tonight.
Tonight, yeah. I'm going to have on the agenda tonight at the staff meeting. Round of applause for Hernan. For
maybe he could put together like a tutorial.
Hernan. Yeah, Hernan, if you could please put together, it's like a driver's guide.
Sure, yeah. How he does it.
Cleaning it. I think that's probably.
Learn from the best.
That's pretty good.
Somebody wants a conch for the DGen Den.
Okay, did they hit again? Hey, hopefully you were riding with me on Minwoo Lee from the Lock Shop last week. 40-1. No big deal. Conch for the DGen Den.
3-leg UFC.
Oh, yeah, Big Maple.
Plus 1,000, plus 670, and plus 2,100.
They hit all 3 of them? That's ridiculous.
You're rolling.
Well done, sirs. Well done. We're at 53 likes, 47 away. Let's blast through 100 before 6:30. It's a Monday. The Oilers embark on really their last road trip of the season. A couple more road games along the way, but 4-game road trip. We'll talk about expectations for that as we work our way through the show this morning. Troll is in and says, Hellebuck plays on a stacked team. Draisaitl played half the season with Podkolzin and Arvidsson on his wings. Look, man, like I said, I think both of them deserve it. I don't know who's going to get it.
But you saw Saturday night that without 29, that game could have went a lot different as well.
Yeah,
right?
they would have.
Like, I mean,
Without Draisaitl, they lose to the
and
Calgary Flames.
that's the value that he.
I know, but like how many times is
I don't know.
it's just tough because Hellebuck's putting up numbers that goalies win Hart trophies with. You know, it's rare to do. And Draisaitl's having a phenomenal year as well, though.
Cut the Hart in half.
Go Hart Trophy winners. I don't think that's. I don't think that's going to fly. I don't think that'll fly in either market. Everybody will just at that point you just make everybody angry. You might as well just.
Yeah, Ryan jumped on a Draisaitl was plus 400 Friday at Cool Bet.
And now he's plus 115.
He got on that.
That's how big the Saturday night was. But I mean, just two ridiculous shots on Saturday night. Like what do you have? 8 shots on goal. He basically did everything for them. Absolutely everything. Now, as far as expectations for the road trip go, I don't know. We'll see. We'll get into it as we work our way through the show today. Pickard was also very good in that Battle of Alberta as well.
Sure.
The Oilers suck against the rush. They hemorrhaged chances against on the rush, or off the rush, I guess I should say. And Pickard managed to come through with a few of those ones. We're going to get your morning announcements coming up right away. 6:30 is open right now, so we can definitely have some fun there. Continue this conversation from the Battle of Alberta on Saturday night. Yeah, I think I'm with Trev. Like, it was just an okay. I think I didn't. Jack was doing a good job selling it as like this phenomenal battle between Calgary and Edmonton, and I was just
That's
like,
what he gets paid to do.
I mean, I don't know. I thought it was an okay hockey game, but it's not a Battle of Alberta I'll ever remember outside of Draisaitl doing his thing. But it's the third time they played. That was pointed out a bunch of times. I'd like to see more of those games. But it was an okay hockey game that had a great finish for the Edmonton Oilers. Good, bad, and ugly from the weekend coming up. We'll go there just before 7 o'clock. Darren Dreger will be by just after 7 today. We'll give you another play of the day for Cool Bet Canada. The Fan Zone for fansfirst.ca. That's coming up at 7:30 today. That's a good. We'll go there for the Italian Center.
Can't wait.
7:45, yeah.
You can talk about your weekend event there.
You know what? I was thinking about it. I'm not sure I'd ever done in the last 10 years what I did on Friday night. Like, I don't think I've had that experience.
You were going into the weekend too pretty, like, shall we say, I mean, you weren't too enthused.
Well, I don't like doing stuff.
I understand.
Like, I don't like doing anything that isn't children's sports related. I like taking my kids to sports on weekends.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I don't really like doing anything.
Especially when there's snow
rather just
dumping
sit
all
around.
over you. I mean,
Yeah,
the weekend it
God,
was.
what? Can you believe the weather? Hey, my God, that
You smell great though.
I didn't put on any cologne
It's not
today.
been done.
Trev,
eh?
you missed it. I almost became cologne guy.
Yeah.
Okay,
Can you believe that?
there's a few things I heard.
Yeah,
because I was listening. I listened to every show because I couldn't sleep at all.
Okay, yeah.
So I heard about this cologne talk. And
I know.
I was kind of like, fill me in. I'm so
I don't usually wear cologne.
But
and
you
I
have cologne.
thought about no, I don't technically have my own cologne. But my 14-year-old nephew gave me a tester of his cologne.
Oh.
And so I wore it, and then in the ultimate plot twist, on Friday's show, the guy who was in, Sean, from Sea Change Brewing, sits down. I'm like, would you like a spray of the cologne? He goes, I'm allergic to cologne. So I mean, I don't want to start wearing something that people would be allergic to. So I threw the cologne out there, and I don't know where it went. I can't find it.
Well, and Marshall's opposition to it.
And
as well.
Marshall,
Yeah, that's kind of
has
the.
clearly stated 2 or 3 times now that he doesn't want me to become a cologne guy because he likes the way I
Likes
smell
Daddy's
now
musk.
as his daddy.
Okay.
So
You're natural.
I think what I have to do here, boys,
You're natural.
is I have to wait on becoming cologne guy until Marshall is also ready to navigate into the world of colognes.
Okay.
And then we become like cologne father and son 1-2 punch.
Well, Godfather's boy there. I told him that there was that place in the mall and he couldn't, like that cologne store, like the where they just have the
boy.
scent, and he couldn't get off of it.
He has to go
Like
there.
he had to. I think he dragged Godfather there on Fridays.
Yeah. Anyway, 7:45 today. We'll talk about something on Friday night that I did thoroughly enjoy. had not done since I had kids. And I look forward to doing it again. So that'll be good. Kind of easy trivia. 3 questions too many. Local podcaster Ryan Rashog from the Got Your Back podcast will join us just after 8:30 today. The Marmot Basin Snow Report and the Rap for William Huff Snow Reports last week were just on fire. Like the crew up at Marmot right now is just in heaven. Yeah. They're in heaven. They're like 11 more centimeters of snow. All the runs are spinning. Like it's the time.
The
right
Will
now,
Fraser
Marmot.
weekend that was. Hey?
Oh, I wonder how Fraser's weekend went. And yeah, they're going to be open until early May. So make plans to get up there in April. All right, let's get into your morning announcements today for 100.3 The Bear, Edmonton's best rock. You can McCord every single morning. And the wonderful Jess Jackson on the way home. Also, quick shout out to Tube Socks, who designed and sent in. Did you see this today? It's we were talking about names for EST colognes last week.
Yes.
And one of them that came up, Earmuffs Kids. I don't want to say it, but I have to. Earmuffs Silly Goose by EST.
Oh, eau de toilette.
Anyway, he's designed one, and it looks good. The bottle looks good. The bottle looks
spritzer
terrific.
head. That's what we wanted.
It's a goose, and then
went with that brand of goose though, which I found.
It looks nice.
Not
it's
the white.
The same color of Birdie Booze, but it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. All right, Min Woo Lee ends up winning the Houston Open, 20 under.
Yep.
That was the lock shot play from last week, 40-1. Hopefully you're on it with that one. It was a little sketchy down the stretch, not going to lie, but he managed to get it done. We were hoping for Alejandro Tosti.
Toasty, tie for 5th.
Man. So we had Toasty at 300-1. And he was like tied for the lead. He was in the mix. And then he fell off early on Sunday. And what you said, T5?
Yeah.
But still, that would have been an all-time hit, 300-1. That didn't sleep much Saturday night because of old Toasty.
Yeah, he gave you hope.
And he's just funny. He's like 5'8". He's just this little guy. But I was hoping he could deliver. That was a Pete Greggy pick from Coolbet. That was good. NHL action last night. Warren Fogle sets a new career high for both goals and points.
Yeah. Kings win at home again.
Los Angeles Kings, only 4 regulation losses at home all season for the Kings, who, if the playoffs started today, would have home ice against Edmonton in the first round of the playoffs. Montreal yesterday, huge win.
Yeah.
Had to have it. They go down to Florida, double up the Panthers 4-2. Buffalo hangs 8 on the Capitals.
See, it happens.
But Washington does get a goal from Ovi. He's now 5 away from breaking the record, 4 away from tying, 5 away from breaking the record. I saw this one stat last night on X about the Buffalo Sabres from Mike Harrington, who's covered the Sabres for a long time.
That poor bastard.
Yeah. I know. Imagine being...
Pour one out for old Mike.
Poor Mike Harrington, man.
Hey,
This dude's grinding it out.
give him
for
the
a
Hart
while
Trophy.
there. Imagine how much different Mike Harrington's life is as if they win the McDavid lottery. You know, like just... Anyway, in the last 3 weeks, the Sabres beat Edmonton, Vegas, Winnipeg, Ottawa, and Washington. And then that same 3-week stretch, lost by 3 or more goals to Detroit, Minnesota, Utah, and Philly.
Yeah, so working themselves out of that lottery position the hard way.
Like, what? Yeah, what is?
Why
what
even
is
bother?
this?
What are you, the Toronto Raptors?
I'm talking about the Raptors game with the good, bad, and ugly.
Okay, yeah.
My God, Anyway, the Sabres in the last 3 weeks have beat Edmonton, Vegas, Winnipeg, Ottawa, and Washington, but lost by 3 or more to Detroit, Minnesota, Utah, and Philly. That makes no sense at all whatsoever.
9 points back of a wild card.
Vancouver's playoff hopes taking a bit of a blow. Winnipeg 3-1 the win there. And LA last night hung 8 on the San Jose Sharks. Some pretty goals in that game, as well as the Los Angeles Kings continue to be terrific. Ottawa, Pittsburgh go to overtime tied at 0. And Sidney Crosby, of course, his 27th of the year, is the overtime winner there. The Final Four in the Madness has been set, and it's all 4 number 1 seeds for just the second time in the history of the Madness. Now, some people say, it's been the worst March Madness ever. No crazy upsets, no Cinderellas going on the run here. But you're getting the 4 best teams in the nation.
Yeah.
In the Final Four. I mean, what more do you want? I think this would be great.
One of which being your Dukies. And
more on the Dukies with the good, bad, and ugly too. Because I mean, I try to follow along. You don't get a lot of opportunity to watch Duke during. These guys are good.
Hey,
my God, they're good. So we'll get into that a little bit. So college basketball rankings. There's these Ken Palm rankings. Okay, I don't technically know all of the ins and outs of the Ken Palm rankings, but what I can tell you, in the history of college basketball, of the top 10 Ken Palm ranking teams of all time, 4 of them are in the Final Four this year. Like, that's how strong this Final Four is. We're talking like 4 of the top 10 Ken Palm ranked teams in the history of college basketball. So we'll see how the Final Four ends up sorting itself out. But this is some heavy. These are the big boys. These are the heavy duty players here. So I still think Duke's
I like a Cinderella though. Like, I don't mind. Yeah, they took care of Bama pretty good though. Like, not a question. I think that was McCord's winner as well.
Tough loss there. So Alabama had set the all-time tournament record with 22 3-pointers in their previous game. And Duke they were basically controlled by like 8 to 10 points the entire game and ended up beating them by 20.
Florida, Auburn, Saturday, Houston, and Duke will be your Final Four matchups. It'll be Florida and Duke, in the final?
I think it'll be Florida and Duke, but I haven't checked my online bracket either. Every year I want to put in all the number ones, and then you're like, not all number ones.
Well, I think Reed was going to experiment with that. Reed was saying he was going to fill in a bracket with just the favorites, like do a favorite bracket.
This would have been a good year for that.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
This would have been a good year for that. Old Reed Wilkins strikes again.
He had it.
God. Oh, that Reed Wilkins, eh?
Will he be bringing Popeyes to the meeting tonight? Is that kind of the deal? Or?
Well, actually, I was
going to ask you if you wanted
our beverages or our dinner tonight is yet to be determined. There's been some talk. I mean, we could run it back with Boston Pizza. I have been thinking about Popeyes. I don't think anybody would be opposed to Popeyes. Trev, you've been sick for a few days. You're trying to bounce back here. Yeah. What would you think about for the staff meeting dinner tonight? What do you got?
Soup.
Oh, that's tough. Oh, because this is funny. Well, it's not really that funny, but I didn't eat for 3 days.
Oh my God, you need to bulk back up, my man.
Just the thought of food really disgusted me. So I'm like, I'm really hungry, like right now, always. And just the thought of supper right now just really is getting me going. So Popeyes or BP's, man, there's such good choices. I don't know. The thought of, I could down some pizza right now. I really could.
You're a big pizza boy.
Like I could down.
I had pizza over the weekend. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the thing. So yeah, let's do Popeyes then.
No, we can't just make the decision on that. I'm just saying I had pizza over the weekend.
No.
I'm never opposed to more pizza. Nobody's ever like, I've had too much pizza.
Too much pizza.
That's a silly thing.
Anyway, so Popeyes might be in the mix here too. I've Mr. Mike's Italian Center subs and grab those. I mean,
sure, yeah. I had one of those over the weekend as well.
Did you?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So anyway, we're
it's
still up in the air. Still up in the air. We'll figure out where we go there. We're 29 likes away from changing 100. So if you're watching on YouTube right now, hammer the thumbs up for us. That would be terrific. We got Darren Dreger coming up just after 7 o'clock today. Ryan Rashog at 8:30 this morning. Good, bad, and ugly from the weekend. That'll happen around 6:45-ish. If you need a conch today, let us know why. 780-218-90. A conch from Mike Harrington, by the way. Covering the Sabres.
And if I may, one for Ken Palm as well.
Ken Palm and the rankings. Rip City Step says Reed's control bracket is in first.
Is that the one?
That would be whoa. Atif has texted in this morning.
He's back.
Is his week of free agency over? Out of nowhere, too. Oh, no. It's Atif's brother. Oh, he must be making this up.
Asif, yes. Texting from Atif's phone.
It's Atif.
The game is afoot now.
All right, more on the beef between Atif and Trev as they both return to their show. Oh my God, have you ever seen anything like it? Sports update with Lieutenant Eric for the Bids for Kids event. More on that coming up as well. Good, bad, and ugly before 7. Dregs at 7:05.
The Oilers hit the road for 4 beginning tomorrow night in Vegas following Saturday night's win over the Flames. Action from yesterday. Kings 8-1 over the Sharks. LA now 2 points up on the Oilers for second in the Pacific. Ovechkin goal 890. 5 more to move past Wayne Gretzky's old-time mark. Capitals, though, would lose to the Sabres 8-5. Jets have now won 3 straight following a 3-1 victory over the Canucks. Big win for the Habs. They defeat the Panthers 4-2. Montreal moving into a wild card spot. Sidney Crosby, the overtime winner. Penguins blank Ottawa 1-0. Leafs over the Ducks 3-2. Toronto now 3 points up on first in the Atlantic. Utah snap a 3-game slide 5-2 over Chicago. And the Islanders fading from the wild card conversation. They dropped their 5th straight in a 6-4 loss to the Hurricanes. 4 games around the NHL tonight. Devils at home to the Wild. Nashville visit Philly. Colorado hosts Calgary, and the Stars are in Seattle. The Edmonton Oil Kings earning the split over the weekend in Prince Albert against the Raiders. That opening round series will continue tomorrow at 7 down at Rogers Place. Jays earning the series split over the weekend with the Orioles following yesterday's 3-1 victory. Jays open a 3-game series of the Nationals tonight from Toronto. Bowden Francis will get the start. First pitch, 5:07. 5 players and 2 coaches ejected as a fight spilled into the crowd between Detroit and Minnesota as the Timberwolves would take it 123-104 over the Pistons. Cavaliers, meanwhile, they reached 60 wins for the 3rd time in franchise history in a 127-122 victory over the Clippers. 8 games in the NBA tonight. March Madness Final Four is set. Houston and Auburn both advancing yesterday. The all number 1 seed Saturday as Auburn faces Florida while Houston takes on Duke. Over to curling. Battle of 3-0 rinks later today for Moose Jaws. Brad Jacobs will take on Scotland at 2. And Min-Woo Lee, your Houston Open champion, by a stroke over Scotty Scheffler and Gary Woodland. Canadian Taylor Pendrith finished in a tie for 5th, while Mackenzie Hughes came in at 10th. Join Dustin Nielson, Trey, and Tyrell Ford and other special guests Tuesday, April 8th at the Bell in Scona for Edmonton Sports Talk. Bids for Kids, presented by GS Construction. A live on-location show featuring a delicious appetizer buffet, silent auction, 50-50, and more. Tickets are limited. Find them today. www.kidsportbidsforkids.com.
Somebody once told me that I had got to grow the facial hair that make me look fine. He was looking super cool. The ladies, man, how they drool at the shape of a U on his jawline. Well, you look amazing cause you just stopped shaving. The chicks line up so you're always dating. Doesn't make sense to have a full beard. You think it looks cool but it just looks weird. So much to do, so much to win. So grow it ear to ear around your chin. You'll never know if it will grow. So don't shave and just let it go. Hey now, grow a chin strap. Get that hair on your face. Hey now, grow a chin strap. Coolest dude in the place. And now that we are in March, let's all come together and celebrate Charge. It's a cool look, and as you get older, your chin stays warm and your life gets bolder. Hashtag Charge if you're on Twitter. Nelson had a chin strap in his wedding pictures. If you want, you shave it pretty thin. People use their eyes to be staring at your chin. My strap straight fire? How about yours? You're just so popular you never get bored. Hey now, grow a chin strap. Get that hair on your face. Hey now, grow a chin strap. Coolest dude in the place. And now that we are in March, let's all come together and celebrate Charge.
6:34 on the Nielson Show. Final day of Chinstrap Awareness Month. We're 13 likes away from changing 100 over on YouTube. So hammer that. And we're about 12 subs away from hitting 11.5K. So a sub to the channel if you haven't already. And we know there's always about like 30% of you who are watching who haven't subbed. So sub to the channel, you sneaky ducks. Bids for Kids event is going down next Tuesday. We're actually going to have the Ford boys on the show this week. Tuesday, April 8th, Bell and Scona, kidsportbidsforkids.com. Myself, Reed Wilkins, Trey and Tyrell Ford. Little intimate evening. There's a appetizer buffet, beverages. Right after work, you swing on by and join us for a nice little charity event. Pretty unique little event. A bunch of the staff's gonna be there. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We're very much looking forward to this. The Edmonton Sports Talk kidsportbidsforkids.com, presented by the Sandmen and the crew over at GS Construction. It's going to be a fun little night. So, Nasties, grab a ticket, come on by, and join us for good evening. Mark Connolly will get things rolling, and he throws it over to us. We'll do a stream for about 45 minutes to an hour, and then we throw it back to Mark, and that's kind of it. Like, it's not like this 4-hour commitment. It's after work, pop by for a couple hours, have a couple of drinks, have a couple of appies at the buffet, watch Reed and I have a nice chat with the Fords, and then go about your evening.
We discussed, I think you were asking, you can wear a hat, right? Like it's that type of evening.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to wear a hat because
you might as well.
I don't necessarily want to cut the hair yet, and I don't know what to do with it otherwise.
Get a comb, wet it, and just
slick
take
it
your
right
back.
God.
You ever done that one? Like that look. But I think it's that type of event. I think where you can just show up, loosen the tie a bit, right? You don't need to be.
This is not a hey, put on a suit and come join us. This is like the AM Nasty charity event.
Yeah.
You come as you are. Who's saying that? I'm gonna come as you are.
Yeah.
As you were.
Soundgarden.
Was that it? It must have been Soundgarden, yeah.
Maybe even get the old Smash Mash out there. Hey,
I mean, who knows?
You might see him waddling around.
Who knows? All right, 780-218-9999.
That's great.
Burglar texts in and says, if Evan Bouchard was my upset wife after a disagreement, that no-look spin, backhand pass across the entire ice to Leon was the hot red lingerie later in the evening. Like, just the sexiest passes you're going to see. Extremely dangerous. I mean, if that gets picked and goes the other way, poor guy's not going to see the end of it on the postgame show. But instead, it works. And sure enough, Leon Draisaitl makes no mistake. Wicked shot, and maybe even a better shot in overtime to win the hockey game. Paris Jewelers inbox is where you can get us. Buy now, do not pay until 2026 at PJ's. This text comes in and says, good morning, gentlemen. Without Leon, the Oilers would have lost on Saturday. This is Atif's brother, Asif, with an S.
I like how he has to get that point in first. Like,
yeah. I heard that YouTube Trev and Atif are having a fight. I think those two knuckleheads need to make up. My brother is an idiot for leaving EST, and YouTube Trev should have taken 5 minutes to go visit him at the game.
Oh.
My brother put YTT on a pedestal. He said it's his hero, and he let him down. The ball is in YTT's court to make up with my brother. Have a great rest of the show. Signed, Atif's brother, Asif. Trev, are you ready to bury the hatchet in this beef with Atif via Asif?
That's a made-up name. You know what they say, never meet your heroes. Asif, if that is really... I'm pretty sure I'm talking to Atif right now. I don't know. It's been a pretty nice week without you, so I don't know. And I did.
Heel Trev remains.
I did take time to come see you, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know. I'm okay with it, and yeah, whatever. You can come back whenever. It doesn't bother me.
Maybe Asif could call in for Kind Easy Trivia later today.
Yeah. How about Asif?
No, guys, what are you doing?
How about Asif? You take your brother's place.
Let's hear him.
Yeah, I want to hear Asif's real voice.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I want to hear Asif's real voice. Somebody said, I think Asif is just a thief with funny glasses and a mustache on.
That's the Bobby Valentine.
The only difference, I have a mustache. Yeah, so Asif, like... Yeah, we'll get a feeling of who you are and how you sound and whatnot. And if we like you, we'll keep you around. And Atif can go kick, what's the saying? Kick rocks, kick dust.
Yeah. You're going to become best buddies with Asif.
I think so. Asif sounds way jealous. He sounds way cooler.
Cool. Yeah. All right. Colton in the chat says, why is this Asif beef sounding like the Elias Ezekiel bit from WWE back in the day? I'm not familiar with that bit. I'm sorry, guys. I don't get the reference. Trev, that sports update's over, by the way. Good, bad, and ugly from the weekend coming up. Then Dreger is going to join us as well. Let's get to a few more of your text messages at 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Rip City Step says, I hope Trevor has a brother named Tremor. Great movie, by the way. Timber Woodsman says, can we get a conch for Striker's third Juno Award nomination? Didn't take home the win, but the real winners are the people who have heard the album Ultra Power.
I knew 2 people that won a Juno over the weekend.
You knew them?
My wife's,
They would know you?
my wife's cousin and Keenan from Whale and the Wolf.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
The keyboard guy.
Yeah, what he won for?
It was like an artistical, he did a music video or something like that. It's one of those awards that's like later on in the show, like it's not like an album, like he didn't perform an album and it's like, oh, album of the year type of thing. But he did like work on something.
Okay.
But they called him up, he did a little speech.
Really?
Quite something, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so congratulations, Keenan.
Well, congratulations
And
to everybody who won
Joel
the
as
Juno,
well, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's a good thing to do, Trev.
Now bring back the Geminis.
Bring back the Geminis.
Hey, let's start awarding. It's Canada. Canada strong, right?
We'll get into a little bit more in the fan zone today, but Leon is back. Not sure how much other help they're going to get here in the near future. If the lineup that they had on Saturday is the lineup they have for this road trip, Trev, what are your expectations for the roadie, buddy? 2 really tough games, 2 very important games, and then two games that are also important because you're trying to track down the Kings for home ice. What do you expect? A 2-2 road trip? 3-1 road trip?
I have a hard time just getting any of these right. Okay, well, I think they're going to be competitive games against the Kings and Golden Knights. Like I'm thinking 1-goal games. I think they'll be there. I really do. Whether they win, I don't know the outcome, but they're going to show up. I believe that. I do believe that. And then as for the Ducks and Sharks,
Trap game.
I'm going to say, am I being optimistic? I'm always optimistic. I'm going to say 3-1. I'm gonna get
Wow, that's a very optimistic road trip. Missing a few guys. I mean,
I think they'll.
I think if they come back with a 2-2 trip, I think you got to be happy.
I'd take your arm off right now.
Yeah.
You offer that.
If I told you, if I said right now, a 2-2 road trip, will you take it? Give me that. My arm. What have you done? Trev, would you take a 2-2?
Depends. Like
what?
It just depends. Like if you're losing. Like, I need to know the scores. I need to know the play. I need to know.
No, you don't get to. I tell you right now, you get a 2-2 trip.
But who do they?
Doesn't matter.
But who do they win?
It doesn't matter. You just said it doesn't matter.
Do they beat the?
Stop asking the question, Trev, because you're not going to get the answer.
Okay, well then, yes, I'd be okay with 2-2.
So you take the 2-2.
I would take the 2-2. But
500 would be fair.
But also.
But
like, it's just if they won against the Sharks and Ducks, it's like, okay, that's great. But if they lost against the Golden Knights and Kings, it's like, okay.
Hey, look, man, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying it's not allowed.
Yeah.
You have to just take a
in the
blind
parameters
2-2 trip.
Yeah.
Just you have to. You have to have 2-2, yes.
I think so. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999.
Hampton Steve. Asif is like when Steve Urkel became Stefan Urkel.
Stefan Urkel, baby. It's very. I do like that.
Take me there. Yeah.
Asif is just
no glasses.
He can walk.
He walks in the room.
You're like, what the hell, man? Oh, Asif and Atif being Stefan Urkel and Steve Urkel is something I can get behind.
I really like that.
Something I can get behind. Have the Steve good text, buddy. Asif, let us know what you let us know what you think about that. Guys, I think Asif would look like the lead singer of Digital Underground. You know what? Asif's actually getting a lot of love on the show. People love Asif. Which is too
bad he didn't have his own phone number though. That'd be nice if he could.
Yeah, if he really wanted to commit to the bit, it'd be a new phone entirely. Bones is in and says the Oilers will fight hard but end up going 1-2-1. Grumpy Cat texts in at 780-218-9999. Says, beat LA or Vegas. Who cares about the Sharks and Ducks? So 1 and 3 can be fine. Whoa, Grumpy.
Okay.
Grumpy Cat's. Grumpy Cat's okay with a 1 and 3 road trip. Oh, no, I think he's saying. Well, no, I don't believe Grumpy Cat thinks a 1 and 3 road trip can be fine. Is he saying if you beat one of LA or Vegas, then who cares about the Sharks or Ducks? So you're like, oh, they beat one of them. That's okay. Good trip. Or I think is he saying you can't say who cares about the Sharks and Ducks because those are 2 games you got to have type of thing. And I don't see Grumpy Cat being happy with a 1 and 3 road trip, even if one of the wins comes against the two better teams on the trip. Jason LeDuc says, I bet Asif washes his hands.
I'd shake him.
That's good. Lacombe Drew says, can I get a conch for Rocky Mountain House Minor Hockey, who put on an unbelievable year-end U9 tournament this weekend? Big win for the Lacombe Rockets with the OT winner by little AM Nasty Lacombe Peta. Oh, what? Oh, my God. Arthur over in the Nasty Chat says, Urkel is hosting a game show at 4 o'clock on Channel 124. Really? Jaleel White hosts game shows now?
Oilers fan Jaleel White. If you,
I kind of got some time for that. All right, 780-218-9999. That gets you into the Paris Jewelers inbox. One of your text messages today will win text of the day today. The troll says, guys, I'd like to see him beat LA on the road trip just to prove to them
maybe that's
that home ice won't matter.
Maybe that's the one, hey?
Look, if you're going to do a 1 and 3, no, 1 and 3, I don't care if you're, look, and I was, remember on Friday, I was like, flush the Seattle loss.
We were flushing.
Flush the loss.
Yeah.
I was that guy. I was flush the Seattle loss guy. I would not be a flush a 1 and 3 road trip guy. You got 2 games against clear non-playoff teams. I don't care who's on or not on your roster. Got to win those ones.
If you beat the Kings, though, and you lost the rest of the games, the other 3, Kings get the Jets tomorrow at home, which they're good, but it's
what
Winnipeg.
A game.
It's Winnipeg, though. Then they go to Utah. They're terrible on the road, so they could lose that one. So the Kings could lose at home to the Jets. They could lose in Utah because they suck on the road. Then it's the game Saturday afternoon against the Oilers. And then they host the Kraken again. So that maybe you are just happy if it's that LA game.
No.
At this stage of the season.
No. You guys, am I taking crazy pills here this morning? You're all messing with me.
Yeah, but
you
they're
guys had a meeting before the show and you're like, let's mess with Dusty today. Scouts honor?
Nope.
All right. Okay. I believe you. I believe you there.
I promise.
I apologize for the accusations.
Thank you.
But they're not like it's the Kings and the Oilers right now, right? That's what it is. So it's if they can hang around, it's just those games between the two of them. If they hang tight with points, like even the game Saturday night, Calgary did that way much more than the Oilers did in terms of what they're chasing and where they're going.
Yeah,
the division's pretty much. Would you say the division's out of? I mean,
the Oilers aren't catching the goal.
Exactly. So now it's just bouncing around between the Kings and the Oilers for who wants that. And none of them are falling out into a wild card here. I mean,
no. No, I mean, it's the Kings and Oilers. We know it's the Kings and Oilers.
So they've been staying around each other for quite some time. They're now 2 points apart, even on games. So it's those games. It's against the Kings down the stretch here.
My chair is slowly going down.
It's really all that matters.
It's like going down by a little bit. Every 2 seconds.
Shrinking.
Oh, there it goes again. I'm so little now. Yeah, I'll just let it ride out. All right, let's get into our good, bad, and ugly from the weekend. You can play along with your good, bad, and ugly over on YouTube, or you can hit us up at 780-218-9999. What was your good? What was your bad? What was your ugly from the weekend? We are 34 likes away from blasting through 150 here before 7 o'clock. So if you're watching, hammer the thumbs up for us. Sub to the channel if you haven't already. What's your good from the weekend, Rick?
Leon Draisaitl.
Boy, was he terrific.
50 goals. He returns to the lineup. It's night and day. And a big win. Again, a rivalry game. Maybe not one of the best and it makes your top 10, but a big moment for him coming back. First game back from the time off and doing what he did, and it just looked like turning it on like a switch. So 50 goals on the season for him as well, followed by the OT winner. That's what you want. That's what you need. So
do you think... So he's got 4 50-goal seasons.
It's great, not good.
Wayne had 8 with the Oilers. Do you guys think he over the next what's he just signed the deal. He's got like 10 more years with the Oilers. Trev, do you think he can find 4 more 50-goal seasons and tie Wayne Gretzky with 8 50-goal seasons?
Of course he can.
Do you think he will?
I think he will.
I think he might.
I think he can get 5.
He could.
And break it and tie Ovechkin as
With 9 50-goal seasons.
Only 2 to have him right now. Or I guess only 1 has him right now, but I think he could do it.
So he'd have to still be burying 50s in like his mid-30s.
Yeah. Why not?
But so much of it's done with that wicked shot, right? You're not really going to lose that.
Yeah.
Might lose a step here or there later on in your career, but
yeah, and you've seen Ovi, he's done it. He's made a career off
by
of
himself.
it. Yeah, on the power play, and this has been Leon Draisaitl. That's what he's strived on his whole career is is on the power play as well. But he's got like 15 power play goals this year, which is nothing compared to what he's had in previous years. He's not really a power play merchant. You haven't heard that at all this season. So he's getting it done at even strength. Way more than he has in previous seasons. So, yeah, I think he could do it, and it would be awesome.
My good from the weekend, Duke's basketball team is better than I even thought they were. Like, I'd been following as much as Canadians follow college basketball. You get the odd game during the regular season when they're on TV. I try to watch those. I check, I go on the Score app and check their games, see how Cooper Flagg's doing. But this Duke team is just... they're phenomenal.
Not since the Coach K days have you been this.
Shire is making his true statement on the Duke Blue Devils this year. They have on this roster, I was looking at some mock drafts over the weekend because who wasn't spending some of their time this weekend Googling NBA mock drafts? But I was. And depending where you look, this Duke roster this year could have 3 top 10 picks, as many as 4 possible first rounders, and essentially half their roster is going to be drafted. I saw one mock had 6 of these guys being selected in a 2-round draft. 4 first rounders on the same college basketball team. This is insane. It takes me back to another great Duke team, late 90s. It would have been Elton Brand, Carlos Boozer. I'm going off the dome here now. It was Brand. I think they had 4 first rounders then, at least 3. Was it Elton Brand, Carlos Boozer, Mike Dunleavy Jr., maybe? Were those guys all on the same team? Anyway, it's kind of like that back. This is really fun. I am very much looking forward to the next weekend of college basketball. They look too good to be beaten, and we'll see how it sorts itself out. What's your bad from the weekend?
Shane Battier.
Did I say Battier?
Did you say Battier?
Battier, Brandon. I didn't say Battier.
Corey Maggot.
Corey Maggot. He was a first rounder. Wasn't he a Clippers pick?
Yeah.
Were those guys all first rounders? I thought, well, yeah, they must have. Elton Brand was right up at the top. Brand, Boozer, Battier, Corey Maggetti. There's other guys on that team, too. It was just stacked. Maggetti was an athletic freak. Didn't really work out too well, but...
Make it.
All right, what's your bad from the weekend?
Max Scherzer's debut as a J. In front of a sparse crowd as well in Toronto, but 15-day IL. He's got a thumb thing.
That's my ugly, actually. Scherzer,
for the things that they missed out on, and then Max Scherzer, he's 40, he's a name, but then for it to somebody had the Aaron Rodgers carrying up the American flag in a Jets uniform.
That's a funny play on
and
it.
That's how it kind of So, but a decent weekend, I guess, by the Jays as they split that Orioles series 2-2. Feeling good.
Yeah, they do have. They're tied for the worst run differential in the American League.
It's American League.
So I did have Scherzer locked in as my ugly as well. Like did you see his post game? He's just like, it's all tied to this thumb, and he's not going to be able to play again until he's like 100% healthy. So
this is a retirement home.
Well,
he'll be.
This is the
he'll
end
be.
for him. Yeah. He always wanted to retire in Toronto of all places. That's why he did it. All right, and what's your ugly?
What's your bad?
Well, okay, so yeah, my bad was watching the Raptors Sixers game last night.
Because
there's basically two sports on last night, and one was the Raptors Sixers, the other was the Padres game.
I watched that. That was great.
Yeah, Rip City Step says, guys, my good, the Padres sweeping the Braves 162-0. Tatis Jr. MVP season intact.
Yeah, baby.
So yeah, I watched a bit of that last night, and then Marshall comes out before his bath. He sits down with me on the couch. He goes, "Hey, anything else on?" I said, "Well, no, I'm just watching baseball." He goes, "Oh, okay." So then he leaves to go do some stuff. He comes back, and I've got the Raptors game on. He goes, "Oh, that's better." He's like, "I like basketball more than baseball." I was just like, "Wow, my man."
Opening day weekend, though.
Anyway, so I ended up settling in and watching the Raptors Sixers.
Ugh.
And it was like watching a different, like I spend a lot of time. I pretty much watch every single Lakers game that's on TV.
Well, you're
if
a West
they're not
Coast
on
boy.
TV, I will, there's some, you know, I shouldn't say this, but there's a couple of websites where you can stream sports and nobody you're not supposed to be able to, but you can. Awanik gave me the link. And so I've watched those games there. But for the most part, I only watch them legally on TV. But then I'll also watch a Nuggets-Warriors game. Like, I've been watching a lot
The West.
of the West playoff race right now.
That's a great race.
And it's good basketball. And then I watched the Sixers and the Raptors last night. And just the sloppiest, grossest basketball I've seen in a long time. And the Raptors rolled to a victory. I mean, I've seen teams suck before, but if you want, like,
why?
the Sixers
Why?
suck.
They've went for like
No, but
they
I
shouldn't be.
No,
Like-
but it's just a different level of basketball.
Yeah.
RJ Barrett had a great game last night. He was a 30-point guy.
But lose for crying out loud. Like I just don't understand why you're trying to win your way out of a.
It was just really, really bad ball. But I still watched it as blow drying the Muzz's hair. She's watched. I think even the Muzz, she's 8, plays a little basketball herself. I think even the Muzz was like, she's
Flush
like,
it.
flip back over to the Padres game, Daddy. All right, what's your ugly from the weekend?
Well, a couple of things. That Pistons Timberwolves tilt, a good old NBA fight, hey? More fighting in the NBA now than there is in hockey, really. But that was 5 players, 2 coaches, spilling a little bit in the stands. I know a few cameras got knocked around as well.
Surprising because today's league is so soft.
It's a soft
compared
league.
to the bad boy Pistons.
Bad boys. But also in the MLB, I mean, the Yankees bats and Iwanek's game plan, coming to fruition.
How many runs have they scored in 3 games? Like 24?
They smoked the Brewers over there. And you're talking about run differential, plus 22 for the Yankees right now over 3 games, which leaves the Brewers with, you guessed it, minus 22. But those bats, man, they have 9 home runs in that one day, Saturday, I think it was.
They had 9 home runs in one game?
One game.
What?
One game. Their bats were on fire over the weekend. So Matty's living large, living high. Yankees top of the AL.
I thought he said they were done this year.
Oh, yeah, they were going to
suck.
make it. It'd be a struggle to get in the playoffs. 36 runs for, 14 against for your New York Yankees.
They win 4-2, 20-9.
Yeah.
And then 12-3.
And speaking of the NBA too, yesterday, some very, very, the Rockets over the Suns 148-109. Hawks beat the Bucks.
KD got hurt in that game.
Hawks over the Bucks 145-124. And the Warriors spanking the Spurs 148-106. Like, so,
jeez.
That is 2 148s and a 145.
Man, when was the last time there was 140 points scored 3 times?
Yeah, like
the same day.
Hope you had the over.
Jeez, that's crazy. All right. Come on for everybody to join us here in the 6 o'clock hour. If you're watching on YouTube, hammer the thumbs up. 29 away from hitting 150. We've got Darren Dreger on the other side of 7 o'clock. Lots to discuss. Leon Draisaitl storming back, playing the role of hero for the Edmonton Oilers. Do the Oilers have what it takes to get through the Golden Knights and Kings in the next 6 days? And is Trent Frederic going to be worth the wait? Hey, we all still very much anticipate. Oh, Frederic.
He's a ripening banana.
Is he going to be
gonna
worth the wait? We'll take a look at the race out east as well with Dregs. He's going to be by here just after 7 o'clock. Let's get to a sports update right now for the fine folks at Nisku Glass with Lieutenant Eric.
Oilers begin a 4-game road trip tomorrow night in Vegas following Saturday's win over the Flames. Action from yesterday, Kings over the Sharks 8-1. Sabres beat the Capitals 8-5. Alex Ovechkin goal 890. 5 more to move past Wayne Gretzky's all-time mark. Winnipeg have won 3 straight following a 3-1 victory over Vancouver. Montreal move into a wild-card spot, 4-2 over the Panthers. Sid Crosby with the overtime winner. Penguins shut out the Sens 1-0. Toronto now 3 points up on first in the Atlantic with a 3-2 victory over the Ducks. And the Islanders continue to slide out of a wild card spot. They dropped their 5th straight 6-4 to the Hurricanes. 4 games in the NHL tonight. Seattle hosts Dallas. The Flames visit the Avs. Philly at home to Nashville. And the Devils entertain the Wild. The Edmonton Oil Kings earning the split over the weekend in Prince Albert against the Raiders. That opening round series will continue tomorrow, 7 o'clock down at Rogers Place. Jays earning the series split as well with the Orioles following yesterday's 3-1 victory. Jays will open a 3-game series with the Nationals tonight from Toronto. First pitch 5:07. 8 games around the NBA tonight. Yesterday, 5 players and 2 coaches ejected. Between the Detroit Pistons and Minnesota Timberwolves. T-Wolves will take it 123-104. Cavaliers, meanwhile, they reached 60 wins for the 3rd time in franchise history. 127-122 over the Clippers. March Madness Final 4 is set. Both games will be going Saturday. It'll be number 1 seeds as Auburn takes on Florida while Houston faces Duke. Over to curling, battle of 3-0 rinks later today from Moose Jaws. Brad Jacobs' Team Canada will take on Scotland at 2. And Minwoo Lee, your Houston Open champion, by a stroke over Scotty Scheffler and Gary Woodland. Sports Update brought to you by Nisku Glass. We want to thank EST and all the listeners and viewers. And what better way than to give them a deal? Mention Edmonton Sports Talk or present your Nasty Club membership for a 10% discount on windshields, glass, or any of your window and door orders. Call us today to get that ugly broken windshield replaced or to start planning your spring renovation project now.
What say you? Hey, nasty crew. We got the Nielson Show flu. Well, there's nothing we can do about it. What say you? Hey, nasty crew. My wife thinks I got better things to do, but there's nothing I can do about it. We're tuning in, we're listening online. We catch up with the podcast when we fall behind. We're texting in the nasty chat, what's on our mind. 780-218-9999. No more interference from corporate interest. Just Tati and Eric and all of the back end. Like Rashinsky and Noodles, Gadget and Gage. Maybe it's but a cool band to make a little wager. We can't wait for the Monday Mandate. Sharky's always on time. Tommy's always late.
Would you like a cup of tea?
Forget about the old place. Hey, we were number 1 in the text race. We don't miss all the commercial breaks, but we sure miss Nickelback today. We wanna hear some hot takes and we wanna hear Renee. Why not hold the neck up when I wanna kiss away? Beat left the tire fire and remember that name. We love every goal song, but what about the games? Macramel, Rapaport, Dreger, Engineer. It ain't Christmas season, but they sound like reindeer. Button and my cousin and the tales of the North. All about him give a present, does he go forth? What say you? AM Nasty Crew. We got the Nielson Show flu. And there's nothing we can do about it. And there's nothing we can do about it. And there's nothing we can do about it.
7:04 on the Nielson Show on a Monday morning. The Edmonton Oilers kick off a 4-game road trip tomorrow night in Vegas against the Golden Knights. We're coming after Popeye's Louisiana Kitchen studio today, where do what Reed Wilkins is doing, and he's trying all of the value menu items.
He's spreading his
They're
wings.
available for $4.
Hey.
He had the nuggets last week. He had the cauliflower last week. And he's loving every minute of it, Jerry.
Good to mix in a vegetable, eh? For old Reed.
It is good, especially if it Popeyes.
Come on, you gotta.
Yeah, it's quite the addiction Reed Wilkins has found himself with, which is okay. The Nielsen Show today and every single day brought to you by South Fort Chevrolet. Drive a little, save a lot at South Fort Chev, where today is the final day of Truck Month, which means all month long you've been getting deeper discounts and lower interest rates on the Silverados and the heavy duties. The Silverado, of course, built right here in Canada, and our partners out South Fort Chevrolet, 2024 GM President Club Award winners. No big deal. Drive a little, save a lot at South Fort Chev. Check them out, www.southfortchev.com. Hour number 2 looks like this. We're going to chat with Dregs here coming up right away. 7:30, we'll get to the fan zone for fansfirst.ca. That's a good for the Italian Center around 7:45 today. Rashog will join us in about an hour and a half. But right now we have Darren Dreger joining us for our great partners over at Pro-Am Sports, your locally owned sports memorabilia and apparel specialists. Order deadline for the private signing with Oilers forward Ryan Nugent-Hopkins is a week from today. So submit your own item. You got a Nuge jersey hanging around or a photo that you want to get signed, you could submit that. Or the boys, the cooks and guys over at Pro-Am, they've got a bunch of different items that you can just select from there. It's located in Edmonton at the corner of St. Albert Trail and 128th Ave, or online at proamsports.ca. Nuge signing deadline a week from today. All right, let's bring in Hockey Insider, Rain Dregs podcast host Darren Dreger joins us this morning. If you're watching on YouTube, hammer the thumbs up for us. Boy, it was nice to get Leon Draisaitl back for the Edmonton Oilers. Picked up right where he left off in the Hart Trophy race, tying the game late, winning it in overtime. His sensational season continues, Dregs. I don't know what you can say about this guy right now.
I mean, we're talking about him in the context of being the Hart Trophy favorite, not just a candidate. So in that respect, that speaks to the volume of work. Another incredible year for Leon Draisaitl. But, you know, when both Leon and Connor were on the sideline and McDavid is still out there, I thought some important things were realized in that short stretch. And one of them, you guys just talked about Nugent-Hopkins being available for signing and all that kind of stuff. But his game emerged, right? And it's not like he was bad. It's just that there wasn't enough being generated from Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. And I think by his own self-admission, he would acknowledge that. And then all of a sudden, you've got both your top dogs out. And somebody's got to find a way. Somebody's got to step up. And I think for the most part that RNH did that. And I know that from an internal standpoint, whether it's producing the offense or just being more involved shift after shift after shift and being dangerous out there, being another weapon for the Edmonton Oilers was considered internally to be a huge step. So again, not just for Nuge, but collectively for the group, because as we've learned, you know, it can't always be about Draisaitl or Connor McDavid, even though Leon Draisaitl, as Jack Hughes likes to remind us from time to time, is on the heater right now, man. And that's kind of been the way all season long. So here's to good health. Here's hoping that he keeps it as white hot going into the playoffs as he appears to be coming off injury.
So we talk about value, Dreger, and do we just at this point between Draisaitl and Hellebuck maybe meet halfway, say Langenburg, Saskatchewan, and they have a best of seven, you know, Draisaitl coming in on Hellebuck shootout? Because I don't know. I know you get votes and everything, but you're going to have to do a couple of recounts, I'm sure, on this one, how close it's going to be right now.
I think it's going to be close. And, you know, I'm a bit old school, but I've changed my ways in this, because when you just acknowledge the definition of the Hart Trophy, most valuable to your team, right? So, you know, right now, that's Leon Draisaitl. I mean, pretty obviously. And that's saying something when you look at the other great pieces in Edmonton. In Winnipeg, undeniable that it's Connor Hellebuck. But in the old school days, my thinking kind of was, and it was at times formed by the experience of players that I like to lean on in going through this process, maybe ex-coaches, managers, all of that. And they're like, hey, leave the goalies alone. That's what the Vezina Trophy is for. Or leave the defensemen alone. You know, if you're the best defenseman in the league, chances are, you know, you're going to win the Norris Trophy. Okay, but I've changed that now as the game has evolved. And I think about where Winnipeg would be without the heroics of Connor Hellebuck. They'd still be a very good team, don't get me wrong, but they wouldn't go wire to wire, arguably, as the top team in the National Hockey League. And that's what it appears they're going to do, largely off the back of Connor Hellebuck. So that's where it gets a little bit greasy, you know. And then, look, we still have enough time between now and when we have to submit our ballots to make that tough call. And it is going to be a tough one. So is it Draisaitl? Is it Hellebuck? Yeah. You can't overlook the year of Nathan McKinnon, Nikita Kucherov. I mean, he just continually does it year after year after year. And maybe I said this to you guys last week, and I know you guys do, but I remind hockey fans in the East, watch the Canucks play now that Quinn Hughes is back into the mix. And just pay attention to him as an individual player. And I don't know that because of his injury, he should be taken off that ballot sheet. And I don't think I think he's going to creep onto mine as a 5, as a 4-5 guy. How can you not? I mean, when he's going, and that's on most nights when he's healthy, he is in that conversation with being the best player in the league. Right up there with McDavid and Makar and Draisaitl and Hellebuck. So it's going to be a fun process to wind up.
Really, really tough spot to be in for people voting on this year. Draisaitl's run away with the Rocket Richard. Connor Hellebuck is 5 wins away from tying the all-time wins record in a season, 6 away from breaking it. So, I mean, they've both had all-time Hart Trophy caliber seasons. We'll see how it ends up.
Yeah, but everybody, Dusty, just to interject here, but everybody, it's no different than how we analyzed, the Four Nations Face-Off Championship game. Well, Connor Hellebuck has never been there when the Winnipeg Jets need him to win that big game. BS. That you can hang that on any player in the league, based on the team success, right? I mean, that's just the nature of being the best in your position, and Hellebuck most definitely is that. So and again, there are some coming out of the Four Nations that said, well, he was he was good. They didn't lose because of Hellebuck, but he didn't win that game for them. All right, okay, that's what we do when in certain media sectors. We analyze, we hunt down the negative, and in this case, it's a loss. And we forget sometimes the positive. You forget about the saves that he made in that game. You just think that, well, if he'd made one more, then maybe that's the difference maker. And I don't subscribe to that theory when I think of Hellebuck.
Yeah, if Connor Hellebuck could stop the best player in the world wide open right in front of him. You know what I mean? That's a tough spot to be in. You got Connor McDavid staring you down with the game on the line. I don't know how many people are going to try to blame that on him. So we watched the Oilers and Flames over the weekend, and Calgary's, been grinding it out here all season. And, they might not get to where they want to be, but the fact that they've elevated Dustin Wolf this year and he's had the type of season he's had has to be, almost worth it, I think, for Flames fans to know that you've got this guy now between the pipes moving forward.
Yeah, there's been a lot of positives around the Calgary Flames, and I don't know that the Flames fan base will feel that way today as they're on the outside of the postseason picture, obviously. But when you think back to the start of the year, and many of us wondering and even questioning the direction of Greg Conroy and to agree ownership, thinking, okay, well, maybe they're better off to find a way to move Nazem Kadri, and it wouldn't have been hard. Given the center market, it wouldn't have been hard. It would not have been. Huberdeau gets a little bit more complicated. I'm talking about the long-term bigger deals because the sense was going into the season, maybe Calgary needed more of a renovation. And how do you do that when you've got 2 top guys like that under contract with what they have? And then there was the goaltender move, of course, with Markstrom ending up in New Jersey. And you sit there and go, okay, well, is that position going to be one of weakness? But they obviously knew that Dustin Wolf was ready. And they would know that from what they saw, developmentally in the American League and whatnot. But the NHL is a different beast. And I wouldn't say that he's proven the naysayers, completely wrong yet. He's had a real good year, and I agree with you, Dusty. There's reason to build around this kid, and there's no reason to think that he's not going to continue to have seasons like the one that he's having this year. But I'm curious now to see what Conroy can do in the offseason, to see how aggressive he's going to be, how many stones he's going to flip over. Does that include the idea of trying to offer sheet one of the many restricted free agent pieces, the young players who could be available? And what does that look like? And is there another team like Edmonton was last year caught with no recourse? Right? That's what it was. And I think Conroy and the Calgary Flames are going to be aggressive on all fronts, as aggressive as any team in the league.
Darren Dreger with us on the show this morning. The Oilers kick off a 4-game road trip that does have stops in Vegas tomorrow, Los Angeles over the weekend. Obviously, San Jose and Anaheim will be in the mix here as well. Connor McDavid is not traveling with the team, and Stuart Skinner either. Pickard was really good on Saturday night, but how concerned? And look, Skinner struggled for the last 2 months. He's kind of like whipping boy with the fan base right now. But if Pickard's your guy, and Pickard's been better than Skinner this year, but this is still concerning between the pipes for the Oilers. No matter how bad Skinner has been lately, this is still very concerning. Should it not be?
Yeah, absolutely. But what can you do about it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we can talk about it, and they can maybe tweak their systems a little bit to try and take more pressure off, as much pressure as possible off the goaltending as you can. But I think that would have been the dynamic anyway, whether it's, a healthy Stu Skinner or the combo that they have in Pickard and Skinner. But I can appreciate how it looks daunting. And that's mostly because of the uncertainty around Stu Skinner and not really knowing the extent of the injury or how long he's going to be out. Now, you do have a handful of games that are remaining in this regular season. So I'm sure Edmonton is going to take as much advantage of it as they can with all those players that are dinged up with something. I mean, if you're probably just past the midway point of the regular season, maybe they don't feel like they have to be as careful or as cautious, more so with McDavid than Skinner. I mean, if Skinner, it appears it's a head-related injury. I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? So with that, there's so many different elements of sensitivity and uncertainty. So you have to be more cautious there. But I think that the Oil are just simply taking advantage of the remainder of the regular season. In a perfect world, you get those guys back, both the goalie and the captain, with 3-4 games. 5 would be great.
Give him a week and a half to ramp things back up.
Exactly. But if neither one of those players is in that position at that point, then I think the concern, especially with the goalie, starts to amp up and get a little bit more real at that stage.
Do you think Trent Frederic's going to be worth the wait, Dregs?
Well, I'm biased. I like the kid in so many different ways. Watched a lot of Boston Bruins hockey because one of my best pals on the planet, his son, Matthew Patra, plays for the Bruins, and now he's playing in Providence. And Frederic often was a line mate of Matty Patra, right? He plays the game right way. He does. There's a lot of bite in his game. He can shoot the puck. He scores. He goes into the tough areas. He can skate. I mean, there's a lot to like about him. There's a lot to like. I didn't understand why the Boston Bruins didn't do everything within their power to try and extend him.
Yeah, get him signed.
And keep him as a young piece. But they got good asset in return. So is he going to be worth the wait? I think he will be. But let's be careful and not to expect that he's a game changer. I think he is a terrific support player, and he's young, so he'll get better as he continues to develop.
Darren, heading into the weekend, the Blues had won 8 in a row, albeit 3 of those wins were against Nashville, 1 against Chicago, whatever. And I mean, you take them as they come, but 2-1 over the Avs on Saturday. I mean, that they've gone from hunting down a wild card spot, securing a wild card spot. Do you see them playing their way into that top 3 in the Central when it's all said? They got another game against the Avalanche too. I think where is it here? Next Saturday at home.
Hard to bet against them. Hard to bet against them. And then you have the recency bias too, which is a while ago. Was it 2019? I mean, is this the same team? Is it the same magical formula where they basically ran the table from the midpoint of the year on? Well, this team isn't that team, but there's a ton of positives again across the board. You look at the 2 former Oilers who have been, certain nights game changers, certainly added a ton of depth to the blue line and up front and Holloway and Broberg. The Blues have been incredibly patient with developing young stars and Thomas and Jordan Kyrou. And then you've got the older guard that are in the mix there too, right? And I think I've told this story with you guys before, but I remember reporting on this in January when Doug Armstrong, the general manager, went into that dressing room and he didn't even want me to talk about it and was annoyed that I found out about it. But he basically told everybody in that room, hey, we're at a crossroads here. I don't care what your contract looks like. Doesn't matter if it says no trade, no move. I'll find a way. You guys either have to start playing better or we have no choice. We're going to have to disassemble this roster and go into an R mode. Retool, rebuild, renovate, call whatever you will. And it feels like from that point forward, maybe the leadership core of the St. Louis Blues took over. And then you throw in the 4 Nations and you throw in the role that Jordan Binnington played in helping Canada win gold. And, oh, by the way, they dusted off Drew Bannister. At the time, I felt unfairly, and brought in Jim Montgomery, who was dispatched by the Boston Bruins. And he seems to be the perfect complement because he's a hell of a coach. So there's a lot of things that are leaning heavily in the favor of the St. Louis Blues. When the playoffs roll around, they lock down a spot. That's going to be a tough draw.
Yeah.
It's going to be a tough draw for the team that faces St. Louis.
Dregs, as always, we appreciate it, man. When's the next pod drop?
Yeah, I think we're going to bang one out later this afternoon. We've been kind of back and forth with the LA Kings and head coach Jim Hiller for several weeks now. So we're hoping to lock that down today. So if that happens, then it'll probably go out later this afternoon.
Excellent, man. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll catch up next Monday.
All right. Have fun with Ryan Rashog. I mean, he's a knee slapper every single week. Just brings it.
Never met a guy that funny in my entire life, Drake. So, there you go. There you go. That's Darren Dreger. Rashog just catching strays all the time from Dregs.
The Monday set up well with Dreger on before him.
Yeah, it
Dreger
really
gets to land that first blow.
Dregs has had that first crack to fire out at Rashog for 10 years now.
Yeah.
And he never fails to disappoint, to be honest with you. Got to take those opportunities.
Jets Blues today, first round.
I know.
Give that to me.
I know.
With how the Blues are going.
I looked at that
and
last
the Jets,
night.
Postseason kind of banana peel-esque type of performances.
So the Blues are in 8th?
They're wild card 2 right now, but even on points with the Wild.
How close are they to? They're right there, right?
Well, they're only 6 back of the Avalanche.
Yeah, but for wild card 1.
Oh, for wild card 1, they're right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they'll end up getting Vegas in the first round.
Probably. But today, let's just fast forward.
Vegas Blues would be a hell of a series.
Hellebuck Binnington.
Oh, man. Can you imagine? They meet again.
Yeah, right.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
The drama is, the National Hockey League you've delivered. This is terrific. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999 is where you can chime in. And lots of text messages flying in. If you're watching over on YouTube today, smash the thumbs up for us. We've passed 150. We are, man, there's an outside chance we hit 200 by 7:30 here.
Cruising.
Let's not be afraid. 780-218-9999. And if you're watching over on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up. 44 away from changing 200. Joelle is in and says, guys, do you know any news about the person that collapsed at Rogers Place on Saturday? The Edmonton Oilers did put out, did they not put out a little update yesterday on that situation?
Yes, on X.
Here it is.
Statement, yeah.
During last night's Battle of Alberta game at Rogers Place, a fan experienced a medical emergency and was attended to by emergency personnel, OEGSE Arena and team staff and fans. The game was paused to allow the time and space needed to attend to the fan and prepare for them to be transported to hospital. They're grateful for emergency services personnel, the staff, and the fans who assisted in attending the emergency. Thoughts and prayers are with the fan, their family, and loved ones, and we wish them a speedy recovery. So it's good to hear that speedy recovery is being wished here as opposed to what could have been the other. And I saw somebody else on Twitter yesterday say that they had given their tickets to a friend for that game, and the friend happened to be a doctor, and this friend was sitting right behind this dude.
Come on.
And that friend who got tickets to the game from this other guy was the doctor who was there immediately to help.
Great
in this
situation. That's creepy stuff.
It's crazy
stuff.
that type of stuff lines up, but you're going to a Battle of Alberta, you all fired up, and the next thing you know, you're fighting for your life, and strangers around the area are helping keep you alive. So, could have been worse, and hopefully there's a full recovery coming for the individual who obviously needed the medical attention on the weekend. We asked Dregs in there, is Trent Frederic going to be worth the wait?
His initial response was that laugh.
He did laugh momentarily.
Was,
Must have been thinking about one of Shoggy's hilarious jokes. And then did say that he thinks he will. But he also did say, don't expect to be a game changer. And well, I think fans are kind of hoping that Frederic, with his style of play, can be a bit of a game changer.
And I think the longer he's out, that hope only grows, and that opinion of him grows as well. The legend of Trent Frederic right now is just, it's surpassed him.
As Tommy stated on the oil stream on Friday, he's afraid that Frederic's going to play a few playoff games and then just go sign in St. Louis. Because he's a St. Louis guy, and guys who are St. Louis guys, very tight-knit St. Louis hockey community.
Well, and seeing what they're cooking right now.
It's just a matter of him going and fitting in and signing with the Blues.
If the Blues poach another one here.
Well, it's
Like
funny.
they turn into.
The Oilers give up this pick to get him. They barely get him, and then he signs with the Blues.
It'd be a hell of a grudge match at that point.
Talk about your all-time backfire. But let's see what happens. Maybe he comes back. Maybe he can get a little bit of him before the playoffs. Maybe he starts to gel. Maybe he's a modern-day John Druce, and he scores like 13, 14. He's Pisani. He scores 15, 16, 17, 20 goals during the playoffs. And he's a hero. And then they pay him $7 million a year to keep him because you got to keep that guy. And then he scores 12 goals next year.
You just said there might be some big expectations on him that are kind of unfair that he's in your. Maybe that happens, but live for today, right? Don't worry about. We'll see what happens, what he can provide, and if so, then they reward him justly. And don't be giving us the St. Louis.
Hey, let's just say this:
don't be giving the St. Louis scaries.
The Oil stayed on brand with the acquisition of an injured guy. They've done that a few times so far this year, and maybe this is the one that it really works out for.
You saw him in the tunnel down there with McDavid and Draisaitl and Kane, right? Like they looked like they were getting along. They were all camaraderie.
All right, we do have the fan zone coming up for fansfirst.ca. We'll go there around 7:30 today. 7:45 today. We will get to that's a good. But right now, let's just take a look at some odds with our partners over at CoolBet. March Madness. I'm gonna lay these odds out for you, then we'll do an NHL pick for tonight. But Final Four is set. Duke 4.5-point favorite against Houston, and Florida a 2.5-point favorite against Auburn. The odds to win it right now: Blue Devils plus 105, Gators plus 260, the Cougars plus 400. That would be 4-1, and the Tigers plus 501. 500 makes them 5-1 to win the madness, which will continue this weekend. Tonight in the National Hockey League, you get the Wild and the Devils, the Preds and the Flyers. That's gross. The Flames and the Avs, and then the Stars and the Kraken. Oh boy, where do we go? Where do we go today? I kind of want a piece of this Calgary, Colorado game.
Take a slice.
What should we do here? Trev, any thoughts? Flames have an upset brewing in them? I don't know.
Pretty sure the Colorado Avalanche have a really good record against the Flames, in particular McKinnon. Like, he popped off against a lot of teams, but I always remember, being down south, of just family and friends just saying McKinnon just destroys the Flames every single game. So I don't know. Maybe something there.
Maybe we go. Let's a sec here. Let's see.
Like, I think they're gonna.
Okay, here's Nathan.
Steamroll them.
This Google's pretty good. The AI and stuff. I said McKinnon's game log versus Flames, and it just straight up tells me McKinnon 17 goals, 22 assists in 29 games versus the Flames in his career. So he's got 39 points in 29 games against the Flames in his career, and has scored 17 goals in the 29 games. Nathan McKinnon to score tonight against Calgary plus 116. Let's do it. Nathan McKinnon goal tonight against the Calgary Flames plus 116. That will be your play of the day with our partners over at CoolBet. We should have some details coming out on the next Lock Shop Poker Series event as well. So make sure you keep following on socials and obviously listen here. McKinnon plus 116 to score tonight against the Calgary Flames. Let's start the week with a little victory there, a little plus money goal score on McKinnon.
Maybe a Seif will make it into the next poker tournament, eh?
Have we heard anything from a Seif since this morning? The brother of a Teef chiming in the inbox. All right, the fan zone is on the way for fansfirst.ca. That's a good. So to come pick up lasagna. Yeah, filthy boys and girls, eh? Save yourself the time. Grab it, heat it up, ready to go in 20 minutes. More on that around 7:45.
A couple of those for the meeting tonight.
Man, there's so many things we can do for meeting tonight. I don't know what to do for meeting tonight.
Get a buffet.
Somebody said you should just order Versatos for the crew. But, I mean, they're not a partner. We have so many partners who do food, but Versatos is insanely greasy. I don't know. I don't know. It's
not a partner yet.
Not a partner. Yeah, you know what? Has to start somewhere.
Start the flirtation.
Has to start somewhere. It's true.
Sushi. I'll get down on that.
What about
yeah.
Sushi. Oh,
did you say sushi?
Oh,
yeah.
Yes, I did. I'll feed it to you.
We'll go to a pre-meeting meal at Ichiban.
Oh.
You and me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just don't think we're bringing in sushi for the meeting, boys.
Well, I can.
You could bring in your own sushi if you want.
I could bring in plenty of sushi for everyone.
BYOS.
Yeah.
Bring your own sushi.
Yeah.
Bring Eric some sushi.
You'd
as well.
like sushi. Everyone
I like everything.
No. Seriously, like everyone's like, oh no, I don't like the seaweed. It's gross.
Exactly,
I was
it's
that guy.
Oh, you
I
were?
hate seaweed. Like growing up, like here, have some. No, that's the grossest thing ever. You can't even taste the seaweed. Yeah,
but what's the texture like, my man?
You would love a crispy California roll. I'm telling you. You would. You've eaten shrimp, and I'm pretty sure that's all that's in it. You'd like it, man. I'm serious. One day, okay?
I tried green onion cake
I saw
on
that.
Oil Stream on Friday.
That's fine.
And
Yeah.
everyone was cheering for you.
I liked it.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, it wasn't what and you know it's an Edmonton thing. I did not know that we invented that.
I did.
What other things does Edmonton claim? You know, apparently green onion cakes.
World's biggest parking lot.
Which one?
The WEM, West Edmonton Mall.
That's not the world's biggest parking lot.
As far as like capacity,
No way.
Yeah, it is.
There's got to be bigger park. I can never find a spot there.
No, it's over 20,000.
You're
cars.
lying.
No, seriously.
There's 20,000 parking spots at the mall.
Yeah.
Point of pride, really. Hey.
I don't believe you.
Well, look it up right now.
I will.
Check that Google thing.
I'll go to AI right now. That's what I'll do.
Okay.
Let's get to a sports update for Park Mazda. The fan zone on the way. What else does Edmonton claim that we have created, eh? 780-218-9999. Let's get to this sports update here with LT.
Oilers hit the road for 4 beginning tomorrow night in Vegas following Saturday night's win over the Flames.
He's right. It is the world's longest parking lot. Cool.
With the second biggest mall, though. Like, you think you'd have, like,
the other mall must be lacking on parking.
That's what you think. You're tough getting a spot.
Wow. Cool. Sorry, man. Huh. Oh, Edmonton, you've done it again.
Yeah.
First green onion cakes and now this parking lot
It's
thing?
a point of pride. Also around the NHL yesterday, Kings hammering the Sharks 8-1. Alex Ovechkin goal 890. He now needs 5 more to move past Wayne Gretzky's all-time mark. Sabres, though, knocking off the Caps 8-5. Jets 3-1 over the Canucks. And the Habs move into a wild-card spot 4-2 over the Panthers. 4 games around the league tonight. Devils at home to the Wild. Predators visit the Flyers. Avalanche hosts the Flames. And Seattle hosts Dallas. Oil Kings earning the split over the weekend in Prince Albert against the Raiders. That opening round series will continue tomorrow. Puck drop 7 o'clock from Rogers Place. Blue Jays earning the series split over the weekend with the Orioles following yesterday's 3-1 win. The Jays will open a 3-game series against the Nationals tonight from Toronto. Bowden Francis gets the start. First pitch 5:07. Cavaliers have hit 60 wins for the 3rd time in franchise history as they dump the Clippers 127-122 in the NBA. 8 games around the association tonight. March Madness Final Four is set. It'll be a battle of number 1 seed Saturday as Auburn face Florida while Houston takes on Duke. Over to curling, battle of 3-0 rinks later today for Moose Jaws. Brad Jacobs' Team Canada takes on Scotland. That gets underway at 2. And Minwoo Lee, your Houston Open champion, he wins it by a stroke over Scotty Scheffler and Gary Woodland. Sports Update brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki, who's invested heavily into torpedo bats.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as newborn 8-pound, 6-ounce Mitch Lewicki. You can picture grown-up Mitch, or teenage Mitch, or bearded Mitch, or whoever you want.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
Chinstrap. 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 Awareness Month is upon us. Charge. Charlie the Penguin. Chinstrap Penguin. Charlie the Penguin. Chinstrap Penguin. Charlie the Penguin. Chinstrap Penguin. I remember my first toy penguin. Hello. Oh, her name is Hello. Oh, her name is Charlie the Chinstrap Penguin. Because I'm a Chinstrap Penguin. Mean Charlie. Chinstrap is an aphrodisiac. The Chinstrap is an aphrodisiac. Confirm.
Everything about it is perfect.
There's good chinny and there's bad chinny.
Yeah.
I'm sure Ryan Rashog probably shaving in the hot tub as we speak. There you go. Beautiful. Charlie the Penguin. Chinstrap Penguin. Charlie the Penguin. Chinstrap Penguin. Charlie the Penguin. Chinstrap Penguin. Sketchy animal mascot. Charlie the Chinstrap Penguin. That's a church mascot. I love that penguin. The animal world. Happy church, everyone. Help us end the stigma. Hey now, grow a chinstrap. Charlie the Penguin. Chinstrap Penguin. Charlie the Penguin. Chinstrap Penguin. Charlie the Penguin. Chinstrap Penguin.
7:36 on the Nielson Show. Nielson Show original tunes. Brought to you by Totem Outdoor Outfitters. New gear, used gear, trade, and consign. A sport for every season with hockey equipment and skates ready to go year-round. A family store that takes pride in finding the right fit for you, and the right fit is always the most important thing. Visit them at 7430 99th Street or online at www.totemoutfitters.ca. That's 7430 99th Street or online at totemoutfitters.ca. Your journey into sports starts at Totem Outdoor Outfitters. How about Charlie the Chinstrap Penguin getting a, if you're listening on TuneIn or iHeart or edmontonsportsac.com, you'd have missed it on YouTube, but Charlie getting a little, getting his groove on there.
He's getting it out, hey?
Yeah, well, it's his last day. We got to figure out any suggestions on where we put Charlie, how we encase Charlie, what we do with Charlie now that Chinstrap Awareness Month is about to wrap.
It can't just be the drawer in your
No.
portable desk over there. Right?
He needs more. I need a little case.
Unless you do up the drawer with like some padding and stuff.
I'll go to Wayne's maybe. Get like a little baseball case and we'll just put Charlie right in there. Hey, Charlie the Penguin. Chinstrap Penguin. All right, 780-218-9999. Mind blown on the West Edmonton Mall parking lot being the biggest parking lot in the world.
To the second biggest mall.
I just...
Not needed.
Like I just feel like the rest of the world is probably struggling for parking in a lot of places. Like, how is there not more parking somewhere else in the world? I'm amazed. And you know what? Come holiday season, Christmas season, still can't find a bloody spot.
You got to go to that hotel across the street.
Well, yeah, and then they say there's 10,000 overflow spots. There's no way there's 10,000 overflow spots across the street. Where are the other overflow spots? I think they're probably exaggerating a bit there. And if they're exaggerating on the overflow, how do we know they're not exaggerating on the actual? I'm going to go count it. I'm going to go count every single parking spot at West Edmonton Mall.
Did you do that?
Yeah, I think I will.
Viral sensation.
McDiesel says, put him on the top of the screen, like up there.
Well, he goes away for the
it's like he's like a bear, right?
He's not around.
Yeah, he's not going to be on the air. He's going to be hibernating.
Like a good shoebox or something, hey?
No. I still want to see him. I want to see him. Oh,
draw on it, you know.
And then there's a ceremony next church to take him out.
A lot of cotton.
Adam Banks over in the chat says, put him in a desk drawer. Next February, when you search frantically for him, might make for some funny moments. Yeah. Where's Charlie? Yeah. We lost Charlie.
Close your eyes, spin around, and throw him somewhere.
Next year, I want Charlie, but in a stuffy version. Like a stuffed penguin.
A plush, yeah.
A stuffed Chinstrap penguin. I
for
think
the kids.
That's probably the best way to go. Look at this. Somebody just sent me a pro tip for parking at the mall. And he says, don't read this on air. I don't want everyone else to know. Wow. I can't do it to this guy. Anyway, Donkey, I see your text. And he just texted my personal phone, Donkey. I didn't even know he had my number. Anyway, I can't read that on air. I want to, but it would ruin his thing.
I bet I know where it is.
I'll tell you about it later.
I know where it is.
Take a look yourself.
I have a secret spot.
I don't know. No, I don't think that's it. How about that? Hey, Eric is reading my phone right now.
Yeah, but that's I'm saying free.
Hey, careful.
I'm just
interesting though. All right. What other things did Edmonton invent? 780-218-9999. Big Maple says Edmonton invented cold effects.
One of our proud sponsors. Boston Pizza.
Boston Pizza. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big one. Anyway, keep those coming in. The more we learn about our city, the prouder we can be of it.
Dr. Dry says the wave.
There's various claims on the wave, though, isn't there? That's
Yes.
one I think we should just let slide.
It's disputed. You don't want to own
I
that
think
one?
somebody else had that one. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Let's get into the fan zone for fansfirst.ca. By fans, for fans, no fees. Not bad when the Oilers return home from this road trip. Or if you're getting ready, you want to get some of those playoff tickets. Playoff tickets aren't cheap. So you should try to save on the fees with Fans First. Check it out, fansfirst.ca. We're 10 away from changing 200. Let's hammer that up right now. And let's change 200 here right way. All right. Baggio is in and says, guys, Trent Frederic is on the team this year that wins the cup. Who cares where he goes next year? Well, Baggio, I mean, I would point out that if he helps you win a Stanley Cup, I'd like to keep him around. And I think they probably should learn their lesson from last year when they had a bunch of guys who almost helped them win a Stanley Cup. And now they're not here anymore and they're further away from winning a Stanley Cup. So if Frederic plays well in the playoffs and they win it, I think you'd probably want to keep him around. Would you not?
Especially got his DNA in saying that what this team lacks and needs, right? That physical, like that's why people need and want him so much, is because he brings something the team currently doesn't have. Second biggest parking lot is also in Edmonton. It's called the White Mud on Friday afternoon, Scalding Gord says.
Well, what I couldn't believe is that on Thursday, on Thursday, like the White Mud, Thursday night, the White Mud was like shut down.
People abandoned their cars. Somebody abandoned their car.
Like, what happened to us? All of a sudden, like, I know it was a lot of snow, but this is Edmonton, damn it. And we're leaving our cars on the road? How bad were the roads? Like, I came home at like 8:30 on Thursday night. And I went White Mud, and it was like I took I didn't take White Mud. I took so we must be talking about like midnight, 1 o'clock then. Because when I came home, I mean, there was very light snow cover on the roads Thursday night.
Boston Pizza around 11:30ish. That's when the rumors started to go through the restaurant.
Is that when it started?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know how Cassian got home. Apparently, it was right in his.
Well, that would have been his trip. Yeah. All right, keep the text messages rolling. Bill says, "Put Charlie in the freezer. He's a penguin." Yeah. That's a good point.
He'll eat all those dilly bars in there.
There can't be dilly bars left still.
I think there's one left.
This guy's just...
Any takers?
You've had all dozen. You've had like all 11 of them.
Well, nobody else has eaten them.
Hey, boys. My trip of a lifetime is over. After a 29-hour travel day, Friday and Saturday, jet-lagged and thrilled at twice as much snow when I left almost a month ago. It was fun listening to EST in the middle of the afternoons, but time to get back to reality. If I don't drive the mail truck straight into the river, I'll consider it a win. Dennis in a mail truck, back from just a month-long bucket list trip. Welcome back, mailman Dennis. I like the idea of the Postal Service not having a replacement.
Love to see it, yeah.
So everybody who got their mail hasn't got their mail in a month just because Dennis is on vacation.
They rely heavily on him, yeah.
Yeah.
Those boxes are going to be stuffed.
Freddie Papernick chimes in, says, my friend got to bingo at 9 o'clock Thursday. Said the White Mud was already a parking lot by then. That blows me away because I was on the Yellowhead and it was pretty much fine at 8:30. How is the White Mud a mess at 9?
And where's bingo at 9?
Yeah. And Freddie
On
Papernick,
Thursdays.
do you ever go? When was the last time? When was the last time you went to bingo?
I don't recall. It was probably at a carnival or a fair. You know, you play with those. You can be a fan. Like they have prizes, not money.
Yeah.
You get actual prizes.
My grandma and grandpa used to take my sister and I to bingo once in a while. And I was at bingo when my youngest sister, Heidi, was born. We were at bingo with my grandma and grandpa while mom and dad went and had another baby. But I don't know if I've been to bingo since then, to be honest. I don't think I've been to... Well, actually, no, that's a lie. I worked a couple of bingos when I worked in Fort McMurray for the oil barons. I worked a couple of bingos. Trev, you ever been to bingo in your whole life? They have the odds and evens, the little cards. Right? You can open them up and stuff. Those used to be fun.
One time.
You went to bingo one time?
One time, yeah.
Lethbridge bingo?
With grandma, yeah.
Yeah.
At Lethbridge there, I had a
We used
I had
to
a
sometimes
blast.
drive my grandma from Cranbrook to Lethbridge just for bingo.
Yeah.
And we'd go do other stuff and she'd play bingo.
Well, it sucked because it used to be everywhere. And like I've heard the stories in the good old days, bingo was where it was at.
Oh, it
like
was huge.
It was huge. Like
Yeah.
it was in Pincher, but then the grandparents that one closed down, so they had to start going to Lethbridge to go play bingo there, and grandma still goes to bingo quite regularly.
She does, eh?
Oh yeah, she loves it.
Old people love bingo.
That's a tradition.
But do you think our generation, when we're older, will we also take up bingo?
Doubt it.
Or will we just play video games instead?
I was thinking of it because I worked in a old folks home when I was in grade 12. I was a dishwasher, and I was thinking of like, what's it going to be like when I'm in an old folks home maybe one day. And I feel like it's good. I'm going to be playing video games, and you're going to have a lot of 60 or I guess like 80-year-olds playing vids,
Call of Duty, and
playing
stuff.
Call of Duty and Fortnite and Shell. Oh, that's going to be funny.
Yeah, so I'm a little afraid that bingo's going to die.
Oh, it's definitely going to die.
Yeah, bingo's
Which
going to die,
sucks.
man. That's just reality.
Underground den somewhere, hey?
Well, eventually
Like
there will
somebody
be.
will be-
Yeah.
you can smoke.
You can go in, you can rent a VHS, and you
Who
can
wants
play
balls?
bingo for a bit.
I've got balls.
Jenna in the chat says bingo. Bingo is great. Yeah, I mean, it's great, but it's going to be lost in the current generation.
Unfortunately.
Big Uke says bingo is an underrated good time. Penner's Pancake says I used to rock senior nights at Castle Downs on Monday night. Pretty raucous crowd. My grandma and grandpa, great people, but they didn't take no you know what at bingo. If somebody was in their seat at bingo, it was because they were regulars. Like they were there 3-4 times a week. If somebody was in their seat, man, it was on. Like my grandma would have beat the hell out of somebody. So people take their bingo seriously. I'm just afraid that it's going to go by the wayside. Anyway, enough of that conversation.
The fan zone.
The fan zone for fansfirst.ca. Gager says bingo will never die, just multiply. Gager's works in bingos, I think. It's probably for the daughter's dance. I would think Gager's a big bingo guy.
On the other side of the tumbler. Like we're all talking about playing it. He's the one that
calling
it
the
would be
numbers.
fun. Yeah.
Calling the numbers.
There's a television bingo, hey? Kinsman bingo. Winnipeg still does that on CTV.
Of course they
you can
do.
tune in Saturday nights.
No, they don't.
Oh, yeah. And the girl's got nice painted up nails and she gets
she's
the
showing the
ball.
ball
Oh,
right
yeah,
up to the
That's
camera.
her thing, yeah.
When I was a little kid going to bingo, I always admired the bingo caller. Getting that bingo out, boom, right there.
And you got to keep everybody, like some people shout a bingo and it's not a bingo, and then you got to keep everybody. It's tough officiating sport.
Matt at the Garrison says, I found a great bingo app. I love playing it. God, playing bingo on an app.
That's not the same.
I just can't play bingo against a computer. I just don't think I could do it. Georgia Satellite says, boys, 62-year-old nasty video game player here to tell you that video games difficulty will pass you by. It has for me. So like games are too difficult now when you get older because your reflexes probably go and stuff.
Keep to the old systems.
This is why you have to play every day. Right? You have to play every day. All right, let's get to that's good for the Italian Center today. You're like, oh man, it's Monday. I'm back to work. Don't really know what I want to do for dinner tonight. Well, I know what
Maybe you
want
have
to
a
do for dinner
staff
tonight.
meeting.
You have a staff meeting. Want to provide the what do they call it? Party-sized lasagna? Where is that? Here, you can get, party-sized option to feed a larger crowd. House-made lasagna at the Italian Center. You cannot go wrong. Family size or individual size or even individual size isn't really an individual size. Like that's too much for one person. And then pre-order a party-sized option to feed a larger. Yeah, but you're the lasagna enthusiast.
No, it's not.
Anything
Those
you say about
servings-
lasagna, I can't take
Any of those servings that says serves like it's a one. You can. It's delicious. You can't stop.
All right, here's what's good. I told you about this night.
I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this.
So people aren't going to believe this, but I swear to God, it's true. For the first time ever on Friday night, my wife and I and our kids went over to another family's house. They have kids and a husband and a wife. And then another family came. So there was 3 families together. One of my wife's friends was celebrating her 40th birthday. So there was 3 married couples and 7 kids. And we had this dinner. We had drinks. We spoke as adults. The kids kept themselves busy playing. This was the first time I've had kids for 10 years. 10 years. This is the first time ever I went to like a family gathering house party with other like couples and kids. You're like, no, that can't be true. But I swear to God, it's true.
Was there a key dish?
No, but you should see the spread they had. Ridiculous. And both of the husbands, they listened to the shows and stuff. So like we had tons to talk about. But the craziest spread. So you go over and I'm like, oh man, if we hosted, I would have laid out some burgers and some buns and a bag of chips and been like, here you go. We roll over to this house and there were ribs.
Ribs.
Delicious ribs.
Like riblets or like we're talking
ribs,
a rack?
like a rack of ribs that I used a knife and cut off ribs. So there was ribs, there was pork chops, there was burgers, there was salmon, there was mac and cheese. There was a couple of things I didn't even know what it was. Like it was the most ridiculous buffet, but at a house that I'd ever seen in my entire life. So we ate, it was a good time. And then, just three married couples sat around and had some drinks and talked about stuff. The women ended up sliding off, having a conversation. The guys are having a conversation. We're talking about the wedding. It was nice. And the kids just went about their own way. Now I brought like 18 beer to this thing because they're like, you're in charge of beer. So we took like 18 beer and there was already other beer there. And the beer got covered because we had it on the deck and there was snow. But like I've never gone out to like a house party, but with parents and kids. And I have to tell you, I really enjoyed it. That's good.
Any type of dessert to rival the Godfather's
there was
cake.
carrot cake. I'm not even a big carrot cake guy, but I had it. It was delicious.
You indulged, yeah.
It was great. And there was little cupcakes. Like it was just this awesome party. And like for the first time in my life as a parent, I'm like, wow, parents can have lives with other parents on a Friday night when the kids just kind of look after themselves. Now we didn't tie one on. We were there till like 11. We still went home at 9. But yeah, it was. I know it sounds unbelievable, but I swear to God, that's the first time I've ever done that with my family. And I got time for more of it. I got time for more family house parties. It's crazy, right?
Well, now that they can take care of you, you're entering a new world as a parent now that the kids can kind of go off on their own, right?
Yeah, it was nice.
TWPG 204, Dusty is all grown up. Right before our very eyes, Big Maple says, that's called normal adult things, Dusty. But yeah, you haven't had this freedom for some time.
Our kids are usually in bed around 7:30.
Yeah. But it's a weekend.
Yeah, I mean, but this time it was... yeah, like I look forward to doing it again.
And they get along with the other children as well.
Oh, they love it. Marshall's been buddies with the 2 girls since kindergarten.
Oh, that helps.
The Muzz gets along with the younger ones. Yeah, we had like, I wouldn't say it was an adult conversation because there were lots of funny jokes about stuff. The one guy is a bigger Weird Al fan than I am. He's seen him 7 times. He's going again this summer. I mean, so that's
weird.
Right up my alley. Yeah. Sean's a nasty. He's always in the oil stream chat. So it was, but I don't know. It's just something. It was. I guess you can do this now with kids that are a little bit older.
You're turning your corner in your parenthood.
Yeah.
Like this is
Yeah, like it was fun. And then how about this? After that, over the weekend, we booked camping together. We're going camping.
See, but you're
the same 2
You're
couples
telling me this smiling.
And their kids.
You had fear of this heading into the weekend.
Yeah. Oh, I hate doing
your whole
I told you. I said, I don't know about Friday night. Like
your attitude on this has done a 180. Martin wants to know if there's an upside down pineapple on the door.
No. It was the party had nothing to do
adult things,
with adult stuff. Yeah. It was just good
White Lotus episode.
I'm only on episode 1 of this season.
I'm not even watching that film.
So yeah, and now we booked camping together in Drumheller this summer.
How excited you are. You were. No offense
to
the
like
people,
these guys.
But no,
the guys
I know,
are good guys.
You were just
my
the whole
wife
idea
absolutely
of it all.
loves their friends, and I
before the weekend you said you didn't
good.
like you had no lust to be doing things.
Well, that's because I don't like doing stuff.
I know, but this
is a bit of a game changer. This is a bit of a game changer. I was like, wow, I went and had a couple of drinks. I wasn't doing funnels or anything. Like it wasn't like crazy like back in the day. But maybe I will when we go camping. Maybe I will bring a funnel.
That'll be okay.
You know, like who knows?
Well, this is good.
Yeah.
So
so I'm excited to kind of become like adult parent guy.
Hit up
like
RV
with other
Wars,
adult parents.
Get an RV for the camping.
Maybe.
Hey?
I mean, who knows?
Why not?
Well, RV Wars is over.
No, I know, but over the weekend you could have parlayed your exuberance with a trip there. This is good. So camping is on. Hey,
camping's on. I booked it immediately. Now we don't have any camping gear, so I booked a cabin.
Whatever.
And they're going to be right next to us. But whatever. I mean, it's going to be pretty cool. And then we can have conversations and a couple of drinks while we're camping.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else does this, but you can go camping with other adults and their kids.
Church miracle.
It really is. It really is. Wait until Dusty discovers board game night. God.
Maybe there's a bingo date for the lot of you. Hey?
Smitty the Welder says, Dusty, you're 40 years old. You're just figuring this out. Yikes. Well, I mean, like I told Eric on Friday, I said,
you were not
got to go to this thing tonight. And it's not that I was opposed to the thing. I'm just opposed to stuff.
I get it.
Right? It's always just like, I have to do this. I have to do that.
You've flipped. You've totally flipped.
I'm in. Now I'm like, Tim, when's our next social gathering? Do you want to invite the couples over this weekend?
Tube Sock says we did that all the time in our Crescent. 4 families with kids all the same age. The nice thing, he says, was that nobody had to drive. And the kids could run from yard to... Is that plays into it, eh?
They're not far from us. We could... if it wasn't snowing so much, we could have walked to their house.
Hope you enjoyed the ribs, pork chops, and carrot cake, because you don't get that camping.
Actually, you know what I did have? This is what I had. There was a ton of stuff.
Pork chops and ribs.
Yeah, my plate was just a burger. And even the burgers there were better than our house.
Not frozen.
Just their barbecue burger. No, they were like Costco keg burgers.
Okay, yeah.
They didn't shrink down. They're this huge, juicy burger. I'm going to start doing that now, too. Anyway, I had a burger, I had ribs, and I had mac and cheese, and that was it. Like this great spread.
Solid. Yeah.
But I had a burger, ribs, and mac and cheese.
Well, carrot cake provided
the carrot cake after.
Yeah, that was your
They were delicious. But anyway, it's kind of nice. Like Brett over in the chat says, Dusty, I'm like you. I always overthink social gatherings, but then I always really enjoy it. And Big Hugh says, welcome to the rest of the world, Dusty. Yeah. Yeah, I guess then I walked in. I had, what did I have? I had some 6 o'clocker lager.
Yeah.
And I had a 12-pack of Brewsters because I like that raspberry ale.
Okay.
And walk in, they've already got a bunch of 6 o'clocker lagers. It was just, was
there any wine?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
there was wine and this.
Yeah.
This other thing. What is it? It's like wine, but it's not just wine. Sangria. That's right, Trev.
Out of the
sangria. No, it was a bottle of sangria.
A bottle of it.
From Costco Liquor.
Man, they like their Costco.
And Tam was loving it. CB36 says, wait until you get the driveway fires with the neighbors. Then you just stumble home. Come on, that's not a thing. Come on, Branko.
Can you still talk to the city and block off the street? You should have a block party. I mean, block parties.
I wouldn't want to go.
Got to take it out. Got to take it out.
I don't want to do this with my neighbors. I want to do this with other people I don't have to see every single day.
Yeah, but imagine if you could add to this.
No, but then if it's a neighbor, it's like the next day I'm like, hey, neighbor, and then let's do it again. I'm like, I just want to go and have a nap. Like, this is better. They live a little bit away. It's not gonna be
you like the separation?
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit.
A little bit.
Shane the realtor says, it gets better as the kids get older, Dusty. Wait till they can babysit themselves. I don't know. It was, it took 10 years, but I'm there. Huh? It's cool. You can still talk to adults even though you have kids, which is pretty exciting. Trevor Archibald says, up next for Dusty, hockey parent parties. Well, I've been on the road for tournament parties and stuff. So this is a little bit different. All right, let's continue on. Yeah,
what a twist! I never.
You thought I was going to be coming in this morning being like, oh my god,
you were so depressed heading into the weekend about it. When the last time I saw you.
Here, I'll wrap it up like this. I was sad the night was over. I could have sat there and had a couple more bevies, but the damn kids had to go to bed.
Wasn't that type of party yet? Yeah.
I was just keep going,
There'll be a time where you say, kids, go
to bed, kids.
Take the key.
Go to bed. Yeah. Fraser likely has a tear in his eye saying, Dusty's lights are finally on. Yeah, there you go. For all you other people, you should try this. It's called a social gathering at somebody else's house.
Pat in the county asks, was there a room separated by beads?
There is not. There is not. All right. 780-218-9999. If you would like to play kind of easy trivia today, let's do it. Smitty the Welder says, and this is why I listen. What crazy thing has Dusty found out about this past weekend? Well, that was one, and it's a very encouraging thing moving forward. Now, it would have been different if I went to this party and my wife has her friends and they're great, and the two guys are dicks. I mean, that would have sucked, but they're good dudes.
It takes a cul-de-sac. It takes a full. Everybody's got to
have the whole crew there, right? All right, if you want to play kind of easy trivia, gift certificate to Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Will Asif play?
He's texted in from a number.
Oh, no.
A different number.
What?
Yeah.
Did Asif actually go out and get a new phone today?
Well, it's Asif's phone.
It's Asif phone, sorry. All right, 780-218-9999. Dave the Welder says, we need an AM Nasty family dance. I'm in. I'll even organize it and host it. We host dances at our place a couple times a year. A good old-fashioned farm/barn dance with a lot of AM Nasty families.
Yeah, bingo included, eh?
You can only,
bingo dance.
Maybe a little bit of bingo, too.
EST bingo dance.
Dave the Welder. What
Smoking
a guy.
loud.
All right, 780-218-9999. Text Trev, let them know you want to play. We got 3 questions too many coming up. We've got kind of easy trivia. We've got Ryan Rashog from the Got Your Back podcast. He's going to be by around 8:30. Marmot Bates and Snow Report and the wrap for William Huff. All still to come. Right now, we got a sports update. Windsor Plywood Leduc. Eric, have at her.
The Edmonton Oilers will hit the road for 4 beginning tomorrow night in Vegas following Saturday night's win over the Flames. Elsewhere around the NHL yesterday, Kings all over the Sharks 8-1. LA now 2 points up on Edmonton for second in the Pacific. Alex Ovechkin goal .890. He is now 5 away from passing Wayne Gretzky's all-time mark as the Sabres would defeat the Caps 8-5. Jets over the Canucks 3-1, and the Habs move into a wild-card spot as they defeat the Panthers 4-2. Tonight, Devils are at home to the Wild. Nashville visit Philly. Calgary are in Colorado. And the Kraken will host the Stars. The Edmonton Oil Kings getting the split over the weekend in Prince Albert against the Raiders. That opening round series continues tomorrow at 7 from Rogers Place. Toronto Blue Jays open a 3-game series with the Nationals tonight from Toronto as the club earned a split with the Orioles over the weekend. Bowden Francis will get the start tonight. First pitch, 5:07. 8 games around the NBA this evening. Yesterday, it was the Cavaliers reaching 60 wins for the 3rd time in team history. 127-122 over the Clippers. March Madness, Final Four is set. It'll be a battle of number 1 seeds Saturday as Auburn faces Florida while Houston takes on Duke. Over to the Pebble. Men's Worlds in Moose Jaw, battle of 3-0 rinks later today as Brad Jacobs' Team Canada will be up against Scotland. That gets going at 2. And Minwoo Lee is your Houston Open champion. He wins it by a stroke over Scotty Scheffler and Gary Woodland. Canadian Taylor Pendrith finished in a tie for 5th. Sports Update brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and the surrounding area since '93. Doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff at Windsor Plywood Leduc.
Try, 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 try. Try, 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 try. Leon scored a goal tonight. Watching him play is quite a sight. You know this song is tight. Oilers fans, come on. You loved him endlessly since he was drafted number 3. He's a center with a size that was born in Cologne. Try to stop him, you can't do much more. That ain't no lie. You just wanna see him shoot and score. It was try, 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 try. Gonna make a fool out of you. Probably score a goal and assist on 2. You can't stop him, and that ain't no lie, cause it's try, 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 try. Don't even try to play him rough. Leon is a German, so you know he's tough. His hands are crazy, and Aikens loves his eyes. Yeah, it's try, 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 try. gonna make a fool out of you. Probably score a goal and assist on 2. You can't stop him, and that ain't no lie, 'cause it's try. Don't even try to play him rough. Leon is a German, so you know he's tough. His hands are crazy and Aikens loves his eyes. Yeah, it's try.
Leon Draisaitl making quick work of the Calgary Flames when he needed to and getting the job done with his 50th goal to tie it and his 51st of the season to win it in overtime. Very impressive stuff from Leon, and boy, are they lucky they had him, because you weren't sure where the offense was going to come from unless it was coming from Leon Draisaitl. Set up the first goal, scored the other 2. Nielson Show songs brought to you by Totem Outdoor Outfitters. New gear, used gear, trade and consign, a sport for every season, with hockey equipment and skates ready to go year-round. Family store that takes pride in finding the right fit for you. Visit them at 7430 99th Street or online at totemoutfitters.ca. Nielsen Show brought to you by South Ford Chevrolet. It is the final day of Truck Month. Get those deeper discounts right now. Today, final day of Truck Month. Deeper discounts, lower interest rates on Silverados and heavy duties. Drive a little, save a lot at South Ford Chev. Check them out, www.southfordchev.com. Ryan Rashog coming up. Shoggy will join us in about 25 minutes. Marmot Basin Snow Report, the wrap for William Huff. If you are watching over on YouTube today, we're within the grasp of a 300-like show. Let's go. Bouncing back nice here on a Monday to get things rolling. We are, 77 likes away from changing 300. So if you're watching on YouTube right now, smash the thumbs up for us. You can text us anytime in the Paris Jewelers inbox. Buy now, do not pay until 2026 at Paris Jewelers. Check them out, www.parisjewelers.com. And of course, one of your text messages will end up winning text of the day today. And why not make some plans to swing by A&W and pick up the iconic teen burger? Think lettuce, onion, tomato, pickles, all topped with A&W's special teen sauce and the grass-fed beef raised without the use of hormones or steroids. Real cheddar cheese, mouth-watering bacon. God,
that's not even a bad play for the supper tonight.
Go get. Well, we could definitely do some
a box of teen burgers.
We could do A&W tonight, 100%. A&W, get to pick up a teen burger today. Canada's original burger chain since 1956. Why not? All right, who's playing Kind of Easy Trivia today to get us going here, Trev? Who do we got?
This is Gordo.
Gordo is going to play today.
Gordo.
Looking to get his hands on a gift certificate.
Start the week right, hey?
To Mr. Mike's.
Yep.
Well, why would you not want to start with a win, right? Just like the Oilers tomorrow against Vegas, eh?
Trying to stake his claim.
He is.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he's trying to do. Are you ready to stake your claim? Head to Mr. Mike's for a 2-course steak dinner for just $39.99. Start with an Emperor Caesar salad or the rustic onion soup. Then enjoy the tender 7-ounce sirloin steak with béarnaise butter, garlic mashed potatoes, savory toppings. Mr. Mike's. Eat locally. Enjoy casually. If you haven't had Mr. Mike's yet, I'm telling you, you're missing out. It's bloody delicious. All right, let's go to Gordo. Gordo, ready to play? Hello, Gordo. Are you there? All right, Trev's going to do a quick reset on Gordo. Did you say Atif had texted in from a different number today? His brother, Asif, texted in from Atif's number earlier on today.
Asif has texted in. There's been a different number that's not registered in our system. It's the first ever text from this number, and it's signed Asif.
And it's signed Asif. So Atif won't go and get a Nasty Club membership.
Yeah, but he will go and get another phone to.
But he will go and get
ruse.
another burner phone.
Yeah.
First thing this morning. That's weird to me. All right, Gordo, you ready to play, buddy?
Good morning, yes.
All right, Gordo, here we go. I'll start the ticker after we read the first question. Good luck. Trev, you ready? Let's do it. Who did the Oilers play on Saturday?
Flames.
Which Oilers scored 2 goals in that victory?
Leon.
What position does Dustin Wolf play?
Goalie.
Who is taller, Dustin Wolf or Dustin Nielson?
Nielsen.
Which city is home to baseball's Padres? That's okay. You got it. Not a baseball guy.
Fades off.
No, it's okay.
No!
So even his arm was like,
Damn it, Shake, stop it!
They are going to remember that AM radio is a viable and modern source for news and entertainment.
Totally.
People don't listen to AM like they used to. Seems like it's more about FM and color TV.
That's stupid.
It sure is, Kevin.
I'm stoked. You stoked?
I'm stoked.
Just
I'm
so stoked.
You cannot come to my house. No, not today.
Cannot come to my house. No, not today.
All right, there you go. That's Monday Morning Clubby Loop provided by Gordo. Nice work, Gordo. John T. Alberta over on the Nasty Chat says Atif might be the Mirror Universe version of, or Asif might be the Mirror Universe version of Atif and has a goatee and is evil. No, I think the best comparison was Stefan Raquel to Steve Urkel.
Hampton Steve had it there.
Was that Hampton Steve? That was a good one.
Yeah.
Hampton Steve, that was a good one.
Like he walks in here, no glasses, clean hands.
Yeah.
Full head of hair.
Who the hell are you all of a sudden?
Yeah. I'm a thief. Same voice.
Same voice. Same voice, just looks insanely different. San Diego was the answer we were looking for. Would have also accepted San Diego.
Yeah.
But Gordo has no clue about Major League Baseball.
He's still umming into the night. Like
Yeah, that sounded like it was one of those things that you hit, and then it just sort of, it was like
a tuner.
All right, if you're watching on YouTube, smash the thumbs up for us. Ryan Rashog's going to pop by around 8:30. We got to get in some of these injury updates. When are guys going to be coming back? Draisaitl got back, buried twice, set up another. The hero on Saturday night. When will other guys return to the lineup and then be heroes themselves, right?
I think
we'll get into that with Shoggy.
That's probably the answer to that, too.
Shoggy, do you have any injury updates on these guys? All right, 3 questions too many. Lieutenant Eric, do you have a liner for? By the way, we need one more question for 3 questions too many today. Sports question, non-sports question, whatever you got, submit it to 780-218-9999 or over on the YouTube channel on the Nasty Chat as well. What's the liner?
Well, it's 3 questions too many, and it's brought to you, as always, by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Luiker. He's been running a bingo game out of the back room for the past 10 years. Park Mazda, your dealer for life.
That makes sense.
Mitch would be the guy to do it. Staff joins in. You go down there, you want to buy a vehicle, a new Mazda or used. They'll get you in. Ask about the bingo. Go for the vehicle, ask about the bingo.
And if you win a bingo, you win a vehicle.
Win a bingo. Win a bagel.
Yeah, there you go. That's
We're getting
smooth.
there.
That's pretty smooth. It's coming around.
Yeah.
All right, do you have a Twitter account?
Yes. It's at Lieutenant_Eric. I just tweeted out a picture of Kingo Bingo, which was Saturday nights at 6:30 in Saskatoon. The Kinsmen did a bingo. It's the same thing as the Winnipeg one I'm telling you about.
Okay,
but
on TV.
Yeah, and they had the lights and the thing, and the noise that those plastic balls made going down the machine.
Yeah.
Takes me back.
And where'd you say still has it?
Winnipeg.
In Winnipeg.
If you watch Winnipeg
doing...
CTV channel Saturday evenings, sometimes it's like a half an hour block.
How do you even know about this?
I watch it all the time.
Oh, like you have access to CTV Winnipeg?
Yeah, I got the full cable.
Whoa.
Yeah, I got it all.
Man, I tried clicking those channels. I got nothing. You know what? Here's another early beef. Can I get sidetracked for a second?
Sure, yeah.
So I'm watching the new season of Bosch Legacy on Prime.
Okay.
I love Bosch. It's a fun show.
Chris Bosch.
Third season just came out. I would not watch a show
The
from
Life
Chris
and
Bosch.
Times of Chris Bosch.
Anyway, I was watching Bosch on Amazon Prime, which I obviously pay for. It's a pay service,
Yes.
Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
There were 4 commercial breaks. 4 commercial breaks during Bosch last night.
Yeah.
What are we doing here? 4 commercial breaks in a show on a service I'm paying for? I am this close. I don't know to what. I'm not going to not sign up. I mean, I love that stuff. But I'm this close to doing something, man.
They've got you.
They've
got you like this.
Right by the balls.
The cojones.
That's what they've got.
They'll run ads if
what
they
are you
want.
looking at?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The tattoo place.
They came in and then left? We should probably close that door.
They came in earlier and then they're just leaving now.
Oh.
Yeah.
From somewhere else. Okay.
Lots of laughs I heard.
So anyway, enough's enough. Like, I understand, you want to run 2 15-minute spots right before...
2 15-minute?
No, two 15-second spots right before a show. Sure, you got me. I'm going to watch the show. But to go to commercial break in a 45-minute show that many times. I'm like, wait a second, what am I paying for here? This is not like, it's a free service like EST Afternoons and the Reed Wilkins Show where you go to commercials to pay for things. We're already paying for this service.
Wait till they start quizzing you on the ad. And unless you answer correctly, you can't watch the remainder of the show. You just wait.
It's all just coming back around to being on TV again one day.
You just wait.
I'm just so angry with that. I couldn't believe it. When when the thing loads and you're like, oh, there's some spots on the thing here.
Yeah.
It was all ads.
Yeah.
But so we also introduced the kids to the Mandalorian over the weekend. Like the show.
Huge hit.
Crushed season 1. And we're early into season 2. Marshall and the Muzz and Tam, they love it. Man, I've already watched Mandalorian, so I'm watching it. Great show. It's even better than I remembered. All right. Sorry. I had to get that off my chest.
Question one.
Could have saved it for I got beef, but whatever. All right. With the addition of Chinstrap Charlie, has this been the most successful charge ever?
Yeah. Well, you had your, adultering.
Yeah, I mean, that was great.
I found the shirt again.
You
which has
found
been
the
a
shirt.
Huge Monday hit with Rashog. He's back.
Chinstrap Charlie was made by the daughter of a father who listens to the show.
Yeah, there you go.
And on the bottom it says Charlie the Chinstrap Penguin #Charge, and then obviously that led to John T. and Victoria's Esty Worthy Charlie the Chinstrap song. This is probably the best charge of all time.
Would you say yours is the best? Is this a favorite Chinstrap?
I probably
of yours?
took it down a little too short yesterday.
This top 3, top 5?
This is an old school Chinstrap. I'm not going to lie. Like this takes me back to my days. I would have liked to.
Nothing like the wedding photo though. That was a
no. That was well done. It was thick. It was all the way through. I went a little bit too low on this last night. I took the whole beard down with a 4. Should have left the chinny at like a 6. Whatever. Bottom line is I'm still trying to help end the stigma. So yes, I would say that this has been the most successful charge of all time.
No money raised, but that's fine.
Oh, it's not all about money all the time, right? That's the thing. People are like, oh, we didn't raise money. Listen, it's about ending the stigma. But there used to be a lot of money raised for certain things that didn't work out too well. So this is about ending the stigma for the Chinstrap.
People used to send in money for charge, and you just that was kind of the play there, right? Like
we'd have some great dinners. Best charge of all time, 100%.
Dressed it up like a tree.
I'm not even debating it.
Yep.
I had no time for it. I'm making the statement on this one. Best charge ever.
That's pretty cool to be a part of the best charge ever.
I'm glad you feel that way, Trev.
Yeah, this is my second charge. Yeah. And I was going to say, I can't really speak too much into this because how long have you been doing this for? How many years now?
It had to have been something that started during the pandemic. That's when we had no sports to talk about forever. We were still on the air. They hadn't fired us yet. It had to have started.
We did a bracket.
We did do a bracket. Yeah, it had to have been a pandemic thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
Spency 5 cents, he says Chinstrap numbers are through the roof this year.
Of course they are.
It is the record.
I mean, it's just I went to
the word's getting out.
You should see Chinstraps in the United States of America. They might be the foremost leading country in the Chinstrap movement still.
Something.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it really does.
They know they
love them down there, though. There was probably a dozen times when I was at Disneyland where I thought about going up to the guy and be like, dude, can I get a picture with you? This is very fine work here.
It's why?
Yeah. You know what, Trev? With that little scruff you got going on, you could add a chin strap today too, buddy.
There's still time.
You could add a chin strap today too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a meeting later. So.
I had one the other day. Yeah.
If you come in, that's 10 points. That's 10 bonus points at the meeting if you roll in with a chin strap tonight. That would be great. Kyle the Embalmer says there was that week when Will was here and he trashed the chin strap.
That's a good point, though. It wasn't a 100%.
It doesn't count.
No.
I mean,
I'm just saying.
I'm sorry. Phrase is like some sort of imaginary. Phrase isn't even a real guy. He's just a figment of Eric's imagination that somehow pops up when I'm not here.
I'm just doing the show alone. It's
If you came into the studio when Phrase was with Eric, you'd just see an empty chair here. It'd be Eric sitting right there.
I really like that.
Phrase is like the movie Sixth Sense. He's been dead since he was fired from 1260.
I really love that.
And when I'm not here, your imagination just sees him. Icy Fraser.
The best part is, I was off one day too.
Yes.
So Will filled in for me, and I want to fill in for Phrase, which is filling in for.
And everybody went cross-eyed.
Again, yeah.
All right, question number 2. Guys, how close do you think the Hart Trophy vote will be between Draisaitl and Hellebuck?
I say they should have a best of 7. Draisaitl skates in on Hellebuck. First to 4 wins.
Straight up shootout.
I mean, if it's that close, prove to us who's the more valuable.
Sportsnet could broadcast it.
Right?
Be a big
and
thing.
then the winner gets the Hart and a car or something.
I would say that it's as close to a coin flip as I can ever remember between 2 guys. Like sometimes you get that 3-horse race or McDavid will run away with it. This is as close as Hart Trophy race as I. And look, I can be 100% convinced on Leon, and I can be 100% convinced on Hellebuck. And I know Dregs brought it up earlier, and he goes, a lot of people have always said, well, the goalies have their award. Yeah, but so do forwards.
Yeah.
So do defensemen. Like forwards are going to win the Art Ross. That's how it works. Forwards are going to win the Rocket Richard. That's how it works. They have their awards. The goaltender, the best goalie is going to win the Vezina Trophy. The best defenseman should win the Norris Trophy. And usually the best forward will win the Art Ross and or the Rocket Richard. So the Hart Trophy needs to be for all positions, which is why Hellebuck has a legitimate case this year. Draisaitl's done ridiculous things. I mean, I know if Hellebuck wins it, everybody's going to want everybody here in Edmonton to be pissed. But, I mean, Hellebuck deserves it as well. And if Draisaitl wins it, everybody in Winnipeg's going to be like, oh, we're pissed. But Draisaitl deserves it as well. So it's a coin flip. I don't know who's going to
Do you think his absence, too, goes and serves him, like when he's not in this team and seeing what this team is, right? Like the time off he's had. And I know somebody got those good numbers up at Coolbet because he hasn't been playing for a little bit. But, I mean, Eric Comrie's 8-9 this season, when Hellebuck's not around.
Yeah.
He's been around for the majority. I get that.
How many losses does Hellebuck have?
10.
And Comrie has 9.
9.
And Comrie's only played 17 games.
So does that feed into it as well? Because I do say, like, even when Draisaitl does miss time, I think the time he's missed here recently, you've seen the team without him. And yes, without McDavid. But also go back to the beginning of the season when McDavid missed that bit of time and Draisaitl took that team literally on his back. Like that's how they were riding off of him. When he's out of the lineup, you see how different this team is as well. And that's, I think, the value. You can see it when McDavid was away this season. You've seen it when both are away, namely Draisaitl. He's got the 50 goals. Like, I wonder if that absence, too, instead of hinders him, actually helps him in that regard to calculate the value.
What do you think? 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Guys, Draisaitl should win the Hart. Hellebuck should win the Pearson or Lindsay or whatever they call it. Yeah, but maybe it should be the other way around.
Or whatever they call it.
I don't know. I don't know how people are going to break this thing down. Trev, what do you think percentage ends up being here? Do you think when we see it, it's going to be like 71 first place votes for Draisaitl, 70 for Hellebuck? Like, do you think it's that close?
Recount.
You know what? It's interesting because I see it being that close, but I think when push comes to shove, when it's all said and done, I think a lot of Oilers fans are going to be ticked because I don't think it's going to be that close in the voting. I don't. Like, I think people are going to be surprised. I really think writers are going to give the goalie bump just because it hasn't been done since 2014.
Yeah, there's always that.
There's that. So I feel like people are. I really do. I don't think this 4 games that Leon missed really hurts his case. I just think that the fact that we haven't seen it in over a decade is going to help Hellebuck's case. I don't think that should be the case, though. I really don't. I think if I had a say in this, I think Leon Draisaitl, without a doubt, should win this.
As we said this morning, we were looking at the odds over on Coolbet, and what'd you say it was? It was -1.
It was 400.
Yeah,
for Leon before the weekend.
Wasn't it like -115 Hellebuck and +100 Leon right now? Brendan, what's up, buddy?
Minus 115 Hellebuck, plus 100 Draisaitl, plus 475 Nate Dogg.
All right. Matt Hyman, who's a WSTer, says, I think Kelly is just as deserving, but I don't expect him to win it. Kyle Dean Ballmer says, I'm never surprised by the hockey writers. They often do dumb things. So there's always that wild card. Always that wild card in there as well.
And it's also interesting because I heard this yesterday, and it was Allmark's 2023 campaign.
Okay.
His season where he won the Vezina, but he wasn't even in conversation to win the MVP that year. But just comparing his season to Connor Hellebuck's season right now, he was
good Trev
46
doing
and 1.
Draisaitl's heavy lifting here.
46 and 1, so that's very respectable. 46 and 1, like that's incredible.
What do you mean he was 46 and 1?
That was his record, like 40 wins.
Oh, 40 wins, 6 losses. And really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
So he did that. His goals against average 1.89 compared to Hellebuck's 2.01 right now.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you look at the save percentage. Allmark's was 938 compared to Hellebuck's 925.
Now, is the difference there? Wasn't Swayman awesome too? What were
Swayman was awesome too.
I think that's
and
why.
That's probably why.
Because they both split it and both had awesome
It doesn't
numbers.
matter who the goalie is.
I
this
think
team's
that's
really good.
that's the difference,
probably
right?
Yeah.
Hellebuck's going to play 60 games. So,
Those
I mean, that would be the reason why. But I know, I see what you're doing over there.
Yeah.
That's Edmonton, and I'd be like, Hellebuck's not that impressive. Look at this guy. He didn't even mention it.
Yeah.
All right, one more question for 3 questions too many. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. This one came in. Hey, guys, what would you be more likely to do as an EST event? Bowling or bingo?
Well, we went bowling for our Christmas party, which was a hell of a time.
Are they meaning staff or are they meaning like another EST
rent out a whole
EST event? Has to be bowling.
Yeah, I mean, we could fill a bowling lane. We could fill a bowling alley.
Oh,
100%.
The
bowling
bingo.
at the Christmas party was awesome.
It's great.
It was so much fun.
That was fun.
We used to go to that one bowling event every year.
Yeah.
There we
Also
go.
at the mall.
Yeah,
there.
yeah, at the
I can't
mall,
remember which one that was.
Yeah, that was good.
Now Maddie will not allow the calendar to add anything else.
He's got his 4.
We've got our 4 majors. We've got
bowling would be like the Valspar. the cognizant.
We got the Nasty Bash. We got the Esties. We got the Golf Classic. We got the Fun Spiel. And then the Super Bowl parties like the Tour Championship. And then, yeah, you're right. Bowling event would be like the Valspar.
Never got that EST GP though, which is too sad. Like that would have been.
That seems like more of just a staff gathering rally thing. So yeah, I think if we had to, I think we'd have more fun doing an EST bowling event.
However,
filling up a bowling alley than doing bingo.
Gager is into the bingo crowd. Like he could probably get us in.
I mean, there'd be some inside information there from Gager for sure.
Get us a tumbler.
I wonder if we can convince Maddie to do a bowling night. We did a draft and everything.
I think we could twist his arm.
You guys had Zach and we smoked you.
Yeah,
Zach was not big on bowling.
We were playing for fun.
Yeah, we were playing to win.
Yeah, sure.
Who was our team? It was me, Reed, you, Trev, and Hernan. Yeah. That was a good lineup.
The winning team.
And you guys had Glue Guy, Zach, Maddie, and you.
Yep.
Yeah. That was good. That was fun. Played 2 games. Didn't we win both games?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was the best.
That was a good Christmas party this year.
It was.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, like people sleeping on bowling. Like it's always
true.
It's always
true.
it's like a great time. And you're like, oh, we got to do this again, and then you don't for several months.
Yeah.
And then you're like, why haven't we done this again? We've said we were going to do it again. It's the same
You have
thing.
a couple of bevies.
Yeah, you can drink.
What do they call it? Rolling rocks, rolling stones. You want to go roll
Even
some
the
stones?
plastic seating is very nice. Like
Yeah, it's always comfortable.
Yeah. Like
You can stand for a bit if you want.
slouch in there. Yeah, they got an arcade.
Guardrails up for Zach.
Yeah.
The bumpers. The bumpers.
All right. Keep your text messages flying in here. 780-218-9999. We got Ryan Rashog from TSN and the Got Your Back podcast coming up. We're going to talk Leon Draisaitl's return. And when are we going to get some other returns for these Edmonton Oilers? Marmot Basin Snow Report still to come and the wrap for William Huff. If you are watching over on YouTube today, smash the thumbs up for us. That would be great. Oilers and Golden Knights tomorrow. That should be fun. 39 likes away from changing 300 here this morning. let's get to a sports update for a place where it's always game day. Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge.
Oilers hit the road for 4 beginning tomorrow night in Vegas following Saturday night's victory over the Flames. 4 games around the NHL tonight. Seattle hosts Dallas. The Flames are in Colorado. Philly at home to Nashville, and the Wild on the road to take on the Devils. Action from yesterday, so the Kings thumped the Sharks 8-1. LA now 2 points up on Edmonton for second in the Pacific. Alex Ovechkin goal 890. He needs now 5 to move past Wayne Gretzky's all-time mark. Capitals would follow the Sabres 8-5. Winnipeg have won 3 in a row following a 3-1 victory over the Canucks. And the Habs, they move into a wild-card spot yesterday, doubling up the Panthers 4-2. The Edmonton Oil Kings, they get the split in PA over the weekend against the Raiders. That opening round series will continue tomorrow, 7 o'clock, down at Rogers Place. Jays will open a 3-game series with the Nationals tonight from Toronto. Bowden Francis will get the start. First pitch, 5:07. Jays earning the weekend split with the Orioles following yesterday's 3-1 victory. 8 games around the NBA this evening. Yesterday, the Cavaliers reached 60 wins for the 3rd time in franchise history. They take care of the Clippers 127-122. Over to the Madness, all the number ones advancing to the Final Four. Action gets underway Saturday when Auburn takes on Florida, while Houston will face Duke. Let's go to curling now. Moose Jaw Men's Worlds battle of 3-0 rinks later today at 2 o'clock as Brad Jacobs' Team Canada are up against Scotland. And Min Woo Lee is your Houston Open champion. He takes it yesterday by a stroke over Scotty Scheffler and Gary Woodland. Sports update. Presented by Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge with wall-to-wall TVs, daily food and drink specials. It's the place to be for every Oilers game. Every day is game day at Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge.
Timberlake rocks.
Is that a mandate of yours?
God, what are we talking about here? Good question. Can some of it be about sports? Yeah. All he needs to do is just get in front of people and state his case. If they had the mandate from the people, blah, 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 I don't know where that information came from, but I would question it.
Time for the morning mandate with Ryan Rashog.
This is what sports broadcasting is all about.
You know what? That may be a good point, Ryan. You broke the story, Ryan.
Rashog is one giant 6'2" pile of Charmin.
8:32 on the Nielson Show. By God, that's Ryan Rashog's music. Ryan Rashog from TSN and the Got Your Back podcast. He is going to join us. I'm going to tell him that fact I learned about Edmonton today. I wonder if he knows that.
See if he wants to get in on something Dreger too. Maybe he'll return fire.
Yeah, Dreger's mean to Shoggy. I don't get it. Let's bring in Ryan Rashog this morning. Shoggy, how you doing, buddy?
What did he do this time?
Oh,
what's Greg's doing this time?
He made a joke about your level of funniness. Which
God, really?
Seems, I don't know.
Just thought we'd give you an opportunity to
what have you done to this guy, Shoggy?
What did he say?
Well, he just said, because we were like, okay, we got Ryan Rashog at 8:30, and then when we said, okay, we're Dregs, we'll talk to you later, and what did he say? Have fun with Rashog today? I can't, what did he say?
Real funny guy or something.
Like,
a little bit of a snide.
Bag us knee slappers or something. I don't know, something like that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he thinks you're funny, Shoggy. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Well, and that's fine. Like he's slowly, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but he's slowly but surely the last probably 2 or 3 years, he used to be really funny, but his humor is now getting to be kind of like, older guy, grandpa style humor.
Man, that sucks.
Yeah. So, I mean, he can chirp all he wants, but like his sense of humor before all of our eyes, and I do the Ray and Dregs hockey podcast with these guys, trust me, when we're behind the scenes and we're throwing jabs back and forth and having fun, the number of courtesy laughs he gets at his old man jokes is like he just does not have a
old courtesy
leg to stand on here. Yeah, but most of it's behind the scenes. So although we did do a poll on Got Your Back, who the funniest person on the show was, and there was like a week-long build-up to this, and like I could not have been more in last place than I was. I mean, it was not even.
Did Struddy have more or less than 85% of the vote?
I can't remember exactly. Brownie actually got quite a bit.
Did he?
I finished 4th behind Zuby and Steve, our producers. But I think what hurt me is in the lead up to the poll, and we knew we were doing it a week or so in advance. I knew I was going to be in tight, so I went for the home run. I had an absolute banger of a joke, and I'm not going to tell it on this show, but I had a banger of a joke, and I was like testing it out with all my friends and my brothers and everybody and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, this is a good joke. Like, this joke works. So I told it on the show, but those guys, knowing the vote was the next night, purposely didn't laugh, sewered me, purposely didn't laugh and sewered me. And it turned into a pretty embarrassing situation on my own show. And I've been getting.
Have you thought about your other friends were just giving you a courtesy laugh when you told them the joke?
Come on now, Dusty. Come on, buddy. What are you doing here? What are you doing here?
Maybe
I'll tell you the joke off there one day.
That's funny. That's funny. And then the other guy's like, actually, that's not funny. That's
I'm not. I know I'm not that funny. I understand. I don't need to be. I'm like the traffic cop guy. I just make sure everything gets where it's supposed to go, and we talk about the things we're supposed to talk about, and I let Struds be a donkey, and that's the formula right there.
Hey, did you know? So we learned this today, and I didn't believe it when I first found out. But did you know that the West Edmonton Mall parking lot is the largest parking lot on the planet?
What? Shut up.
I know. Trev said that today. I called him on it. Then I went and looked it up, and it's the truth.
We got to fact check that.
I know.
Come on.
It's a real thing.
Is he pulling that out of like a hard copy encyclopedia, like Funkin' Wagnalls from 1987? Like, where's he getting that from?
Now there's a funny joke. Good job dropping the encyclopedia knowledge on his talking. No, if you go Google world's largest parking lot, it does say West Edmonton Mall. 20,000 stalls, 20,000 spaces.
Now, I'm just thinking about some maybe, because there's multiple levels to it.
There is.
Why can't I ever find a parking spot there?
That's
then
exactly what I said. Exactly. Like, and it needs to be bigger. I guess that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it might be the biggest, but it needs to be bigger for at least like the 3 weeks leading up till Christmas.
Yeah. That's hard to believe, man. There are some massive, like, for different even stadiums and such all over the place. Like soccer stadiums in Europe newer ones don't have. Anyway, well, I guess we'll take Google's word for it.
They all walk,
it's that
right?
public transit, everything's all close.
Yeah.
Anyway, fun fact. I like it.
All right. Leon Draisaitl got back just in time, didn't he? My goodness. What a performance for him coming back. He looks fine. He looked terrific.
Well, and I saw at morning skate. So I was at morning skate the other day, and I got there a little bit early. Because when there's all these injured guys, you're like, well, let's get there early and see if any early birds can catch any worms here. And Draisaitl came out maybe a little bit early than he might normally. And he took like 4 or 5 hard strides and was like hopping all over the ice and testing it out. And like immediately got himself up to almost full speed, was blitzing around. And I'm like, yeah, that guy's playing for sure. We sort of heard word that there's a possibility he might try and talk his way into the lineup on Saturday night. We weren't 100% sure. Then the minute I saw him step on the ice in the morning, I knew he was going to play. Apparently, Chris Knobloch gave him the heads up on his way in, just so you know, you're not on the lines on the board. So if you see the lines on the board, you're not on them. And it sounds like Knobloch was kind of joking about it, but he didn't like that very much and was basically just forced his way onto the line board, I am playing. So it was a no-doubter in his mind. And guys, it's unreal that a guy can miss games, come back, and be the best player on the ice for either team, be absolutely dominant, and look as good as he's looked all year after missing multiple games. Just a phenomenal, fantastic performance. And like I said the other night on our show, those are the performances that Hart trophies are made of. That's how you win the Hart Trophy, is by, being the best player in the league all year, but also having some signature nights. And that was a signature night late in the season here.
Night and day as to when he's here and he's not. Speaking of the other players, though, 4-game road trip tomorrow in Vegas. From what we're seeing, McDavid, Ekholm, Skinner, Klingberg, not initially flying out, but could, you jokingly said maybe they hop in a car and
flight,
cruise down or something like that. Clayton Frederic, though, flying and skating with the team this week on the road. Any more updates or getting any sense getting down there and seeing where these guys are at?
Well, did you guys listen to Chris Knobloch's availability yesterday? It was a 7-minute availability, and the entire thing was about injury updates. That was basically, I think there was one question at the end that was like, how's everyone done with all these injuries? But it was just going through player after player after player and updating it. So, I would say the headline here is everybody expected to be available for the playoffs. We'll see about Evander Kane if he's ready to go in the early going here. What we've heard over the last couple of days leads us to believe that McDavid will be potentially a little bit longer than what they had originally thought. There was a time when he was saying, McDavid and Draisaitl maybe a few days before McDavid. Well, now that's stretching out a little bit. My guess is here, guys, and this is just a guess, but in watching the injury, I think he might have retweaked whatever was bugging him in the playoffs last year or something similar. And I think they're just going to be really careful with it. And maybe it's the kind of thing where, like, he pushed himself pretty hard the other day, was on the ice for about 40 minutes going hard, from what we understand. And who knows, maybe the next day you're a little stiff and sore, so you decide to give it a bit extra time. So the McDavid one is interesting to me. And then Matthias Ekholm too. I mean, they need Matthias Ekholm at 100% or as close to it as possible. So again, I think they're just being super cautious here, which is a strategy I think most Oiler fans can get on board with.
Yeah. Am I crazy to be most concerned about the Ekholm injury and just how he's looked for the last couple of months, Shoggy? Like he doesn't look like the defenseman that had been just a stalwart back there for the last year and a half, 2 years.
Well, when he came back, so there was the Four Nations. We all know he was sick. Yeah. And then he got hurt. And then he took a bunch of time off. And then he came back. I thought he looked good after he came back. But then I think there was a bit of a setback. And it definitely dipped for a few games. And now we're seeing him give it the extra time. So most concerned about that one, I would say, they have to have him at as close to 100% as possible to go on a long playoff run. I mean, Chris Knobloch referred to him, sort of said, our best defenseman, and he's done that a few times, talking about Ekholm in that way. So yeah, they definitely need to give him whatever space he needs to get 100% ready to go. He was sick for like 2 months. Yeah. And then you stack an injury on top of that, and you can't be sick and hurt, right? So, I think it's really important for him because he's just, not only is he a really important player, but he's a really important player for other guys. Bouchard's at his best when he's next to Ekholm, and I'm not loving this Bouchard-Wallman pairing here. So, they need Ekholm.
Ryan Rashog joining us from the Got Your Back pod. Ryan, the upcoming road trip beginning tomorrow night in Vegas. It's a 4-gamer. Sharks Thursday, 8:30. Kings Saturday afternoon, and then the Ducks on Monday. Your expectations, Dusty and I both took each other's arms off and saying if you offer a going at 2-2,
I mean,
regardless
take
of
a 2-2, I think it's not the end of the world. What do you think of this trip, Shoggy?
Yeah, 2-2 isn't good enough.
You got to get these. Oh, boy.
I like it.
Look at that.
Well, you should beat San Jose and Anaheim either way. So now you're going to get 0 points. You're going to get 0 points against Vegas and LA. Like, you've got to beat either Vegas or LA. Go on this road trip and win a game. I mean, I would think. I know Vegas is playing excellent right now, so that'll be tough.
Kings are playing well too.
And the Kings are for sure. But I mean, you've got Leon Draisaitl. You've got, they've still got good players. So yeah, I would say, if there's 8 points, I mean, I don't know. Grab 5 of them anyways, wouldn't you think?
I mean, I think 5 would be a really good road trip. I do. I think, but it's funny because Trev laid it out. He's like, if they go 2-2, it probably should come down to, well, what if the 2 wins are against the Kings and Golden Knights? And you're like, that's awesome. But then they also lost to the Ducks and Sharks on the trip. So, are they like a 2-1-1, get 5 points? I mean, how do you expect Pickard to hold up? He was great on Saturday.
Yeah, I think he'll be okay. Like, Calvin's been good this year. And I know fans are super anxious and eager to jump on the goaltending every time there's a goal that they don't necessarily love. But I mean, I don't know, guys. Like, we see lots of good goaltenders rolling through town, and it is totally normal for good goalies to give up crappy goals now and then. I mean, it happens all the time. And it's like, it's just so fixated on here. So I understand some of the angst about the Oiler goaltending heading into these playoffs for sure. But Calvin Pickard has been one of the more positive stories on the Oilers this year. He's done a really nice job in his role, and he's played well. And I think I would like to see Rodrigue get one start. I think you're okay to start him against the San Jose Sharks on Thursday.
Makes sense.
And just make sure that you're not overdoing it with Pickard here. So, I mean, it'll be a good challenge for him. But Calvin Pickard stepped into playoff hockey last year and against a team that took the Oilers to 7 games and played well. The guy is capable of giving you some good games. So I would expect that he'll be good for them.
Shoggy, when's the next episode drop?
We're actually going to go tonight.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're going to drop
Monday
a little
nighter.
off-day pod tonight. Yeah, a little Monday nighter. And I know I'm not the funniest one on the show, but I do think there is something that I'm better at than anybody else on our show. And so we're going to show an example of that tonight, and we're going to take a poll. And maybe this is a poll on my own show that I can actually win. Because I have never won a poll.
Can I have one guess?
Yeah. No.
Doing stories on TSN.
No, Dusty. That's not. It's.
But
no,
you are
it's-
better than the boys at that.
Yeah, thanks, bud.
He's bringing out the
Appreciate that.
acoustic. Isn't that what it is?
No, not guitar. No. It's something that we all can do. I just think I do it better than the others. I'll tell you what it is. So I think of the three of us, me, Jason Strudwick, and Rob Brown, I think I'm the best actor of the three of us. And we have done some promotional material that required a bit of thespian skill.
Yeah.
And I believe I have been superior along those lines. So I'm excited. I think tonight's the night I'm finally going to get a win on my own show. So we're going to roll a promo that we did where we all had to do a bit of acting, and we'll let the people speak. We'll let the Academy.
You're dishing
have its
out
day.
an Oscar tonight
Ooh, I
for
love
somebody.
it. Yeah.
Man, you're going to be, you better win, hey?
I know. This is going to backfire terribly.
You're going to be in a lot of trouble, buddy.
For the record, I think
know.
you're hilarious. I just want to say, you got my top vote. I'm giving you the heart.
Eric, thank you. I mean, do you guys remember
talking about civilian Rashog? Right, like
Either or. There is a brand of comedy that you bring to the table that I
Thanks,
can't
Eric.
define it, but
I appreciate that. And for anybody, that would question that, I just refer back to the time that I dunked on Dusty, and it's one of the great moments the show has ever had. So
high comedy, baby.
Yeah, that was pretty funny, actually. I will give you that. All right, buddy. Have a good show tonight. We'll talk to you next week.
Yeah. See you guys.
There you go. That's Ryan Rashog from TSN and the Got Your Back podcast. 780-218-9999 is where you can chime in. We're going to get to the Marvin Bates and Snow Report. We're going to get to the rap for William Huff. I do want to get to this text from VR Montenegro, though.
Oh, Vermin.
Says, guys, with the end of Charch, I would like to reflect upon my experience as a first-time chin strap grower. And VR had a great chin strap the entire month.
5-star.
I have sported various facial hairstyles in the past, like chops and pathetic-looking Fu Manchu. But the stigma of the chinny was and is still overpowering. Just because of my fat strap, people assumed things about me. No, I can't raise a barn. Yes, I do use and enjoy electricity. No, I'm not a Russian MMA fighter. But if you don't get out of my face, I'm willing to try. The truth of the matter is that we need Charch now more than ever. Even if the chin strap is to ever gain glory, it so rightly deserves. Charch can change lives. Nasties. Be nasty. That's from Vera Montenegro.
It's a very great experience there. Yeah. It's a long month sleeping on the couch, eh?
He had a great chin strap.
He did.
He really did. And he didn't even, I don't even know if he texted in and said like he had it. And then when I saw it in the wild at the heavy hockey thing, I was like,
yeah, it was all natural. He just kind of took it out there and
it was,
let the world appreciate it.
It was great.
Good head for it too, hey? Like, certain heads and certain shapes and everything, but
look, man, they look better on some people than others, for sure.
Yeah. Colby Rasmus, for example.
Well, Colby Rasmus had
right?
something else. Had something else going on there. Blaine from Scottsdale says, guys, what's happening with Ekholm? No one talks about him, but they will go nowhere if he's not healthy. Yeah, I just think he was so sick for so long. I think his body type has changed a little bit, and he just looks different on the ice.
Yeah.
So
it was the four
That's
nations.
why I said to Shoggy, I said, is it wrong that I'm most concerned about his injury or whatever's going on with Ekholm? Because I'm most concerned about that. Because without Ekholm, nothing against the rest of the blue line, and Nurse has had a great year. I get it. And
against, like he's the piece back there.
They need elite Ekholm to have a chance of sustaining a deep run. And that guy's just not there yet, which is why last week I said on the oil stream, I said, I'd rather Ekholm not play until the playoffs. Like if Ekholm needs the next
Load
3
management,
weeks
to
get healthy, then give him the next 3 weeks to get healthy.
Manage those loads.
Exactly. It's very important what you do with all the load management. Let's get into your Marmot Basin Snow Report. Marmot Basin Snow Report.
So stoked. Like, winter's here. I'm stoked. You stoked?
I'm stoked.
Just so stoked.
Yes.
I mean, it came down last night, what, a good 5 inches?
Last night, I think so. Something like that, and a couple feet the day before.
You've got a 5-foot base with 5 inches of freshie on top.
-8 this morning, looking for a high of -3. No new snow no new snow yesterday, but it was gorgeous. They call it a bluebird day. Exactly what spring skiing is all about. In the past 6 days, 21 centimeters of snow has fallen. Conditions are fabulous. Settled snowpack sits at 116 centimeters right now, and the forecast is calling for snow starting again tonight and through the day tomorrow and Wednesday with the return of the bluebird sunny skies on Thursday. Marmot is open until May 4th, so crack out the sunscreen and get to Jasper for the very best spring skiing. You just have your bottoms on and you're just in a t-shirt up top.
Yeah, jeans.
That's what you're doing. That's
jeans.
Spring skiing.
Topless with jeans.
Scott. Tarps off at Marmot. Tarps off at Marmot. My day. Marmot Basin Snow Report. There you go.
Did anybody find the Willie? Hey? I didn't.
Did anybody spot Will?
Did anybody find Willie?
If you find Will, you get a gift certificate to Marmot.
Yeah. Get you a dilly bar.
All right, let's get into the wrap for William Huff. If you want your team place to look as good as our place, and our place looks pretty darn good, you get it done at William Huff. Check them out, www.williamhuff.com. They've been doing it since 1952, so you know they're the best in the biz. What did we learn on the show today, buddy?
Well, I think the parking lot factoid it blew your mind. You're still actually... I mean, we asked the AI. Trev said it. We went to the internet, which never lies. And yes. But then other people educated us on some other things we talked about. Some people said the donaire. Some people said the wave. I mean, those are disputable.
Cold effects. A bionic leg.
Yeah.
A bunch of things.
Yeah. Somebody also said... getting goalies psychologically disrupted. But one of those things. Like, we had some fun with it, but the parking lot was the big one.
I learned over the weekend that I am fully on board for adult family parties moving forward. As I had my first one with my kids who are now 8 and 10. Myself, my wife, a couple other married couples, 7 kids, great dinner, some drinks on Friday. I'd never done that in the last decade. And I got time for it.
No pineapple.
We're going to go camping.
No pineapple.
No pineapple. Not everything has to be dirty. It can just be a great chat.
Wholesome stuff.
Yeah, it was nice. Trev, did you learn anything today?
No cologne.
No cologne. Trev, what'd you learn today, buddy?
Guess I learned a lot of things, but you guys took the 2 things I was going to say. Shoggy is a good actor, I guess.
Thespian.
I learned that.
Oh, it's yet to be determined. I mean, they're doing the poll tonight.
He's
claiming he's a good actor.
Well, I learned that then.
Yeah, you learned that he claimed he's a good actor.
Yeah, I learned that you guys watched The Mandalorian.
My family did, yes.
Fam did?
Yeah.
And you liked it?
You got to have conversation points for when I meet with other families again, eh?
Sure.
Yeah.
Learned... another good one, Asif.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently Atif has a brother called Asif.
Yeah.
He texted in his own number.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's interesting. More on that tomorrow.
Let's get to your sound of the day for the final time in 2025.
Fly away.
Chinstrap. 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 The weirdest month is upon us. Charge. Charlie the Penguin. Chinstrap Penguin. Charlie the Penguin. Chinstrap Penguin. Charlie the Penguin. Chinstrap Penguin. I remember my first toy penguin. Hello. Oh, my name is Charlie the Chinstrap Penguin. Because I'm a Chinstrap Penguin. Charlie. Chinstrap is an aphrodisiac. The Chinstrap is an aphrodisiac. Confirm.
Everything about it is perfect.
There's good chinny and there's bad chinny.
Yeah.
I'm sure Ryan Rashog probably shaving in the hot tub as we speak. There you go. Beautiful. Charlie the Penguin. Chinstrap Penguin. Charlie the Penguin. Chinstrap Penguin. Charlie the Penguin. Chinstrap Penguin. Sketchy animal mascot. Charlie the Chinstrap Penguin. That's Charge mascot. I love that penguin. The animal world. Happy Charge, everyone. Help us end the stigma. Hey now, grow a chin strap. Charlie the Penguin, Chinstrap Penguin, Charlie the Penguin, Chinstrap Penguin, Charlie the Penguin, Chinstrap Penguin, charge, Charlie the Penguin, Chinstrap Penguin.
Nielson Show Originals brought to you by Totem Outdoor Outfitters. New gear, used gear, trade and consign. Check them out, www.totemoutfitters.ca or 7430 99th Street. Did Jonty and Victoria win Charch? Who won Charch this year? VR Montenegro, Jonty and Victoria, Charlie the Chinstrap Penguin?
All of us.
Everybody always wins Charch, but...
the world as a whole.
Yeah. I think the text of the day today...
There should be a Charch king and queen, hey? For the king and queen. If somebody wants to really dip their toe in that pool. Like the significant other that has to put up with it or gets to live with the Charch, right? Like,
VR would
and
be
we get him a sash.
The king of Charch.
Ginger can have a sash.
The queen.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of, let's make a note of it for next year. We'll crown a Charch king and queen.
You get a...
God. That'd be a great thing for a couple.
And they rule over for the calendar year until next Charch.
And then when they go for their couples dinners, they can talk about, we're your Charch king and queen.
Do you know who I am? Damn it.
It's a good one. All right, so let's get to your text of the day. It comes in from Hampton Steve. Asif is like when Steve Urkel became Stefan Urkel.
So good.
That's it. We imagine Atif's brother, Asif, being like Stefan Urkel. He walks in here, coolest looking dude.
Clean hands.
Doesn't even have glasses. His vision's perfect. His vision's perfect. That would be great. Oh, my God. Text of the day. Congratulations, Hampton Steve. You want a gift certificate to A&W. Go get that iconic teen burger today. You know what it is. Everybody knows what the teen burger is. Beautiful beef patty, real cheddar cheese, mouth-watering bacon, lettuce, onion, tomato, pickles, teen sauce. Can't go wrong. Canada's original burger chain since 1956. All right, this was a fun show today, boys.
For Monday,
and we still got the meeting tonight.
Yeah, Lakers Rockets as well. Eh?
I know. I'm gonna be watching it during the meeting.
You should be.
Because what time's that bad boy start?
8.
Oh, meeting will be over by then. I don't think it's gonna be a long meeting tonight. I bet you we're in and out hour 15 max.
No homework for this meeting. I found
no
this time
homework
as well.
for this meeting. I thought we had good homework segment last meeting.
Yeah, so this is more of a catch up.
This is a catch up meeting.
Yeah.
I guess we got some news.
And still haven't determined the supper. We went through the whole show. I love it. We're leaving.
I have a meeting. I have a meeting with somebody at like 3:00. Probably going to take till like 3:34, and then I'm thinking I'm not coming back, or I'm not going home. Probably just going to come back. So maybe I'll just pick up dinner. Maybe I'll do orders.
Okay.
I don't know. We got to figure it out.
How many questions do you think Zach has tonight?
What's the over under? We should get cool. Bet
today's one of those question-free meetings. No questions. Just comments.
Yep.
Yeah. But if we had to set an over under on it, I would say
18.5.
Well, so Zach only gets 5 questions. You know what? Let's do that tonight.
Yeah.
So he has to think about his questions, so he doesn't waste our time with useless questions. Yep. Good idea, Maddie. That's why you're the COO. Maddie, you know what?
+1.
2 points for you.
2. Wow.
+2. Wow. +2 points for Maddie already. Coming in hot. Maddie's in the lead right now. He's got 2 points for the meeting tonight. Zach, if you're listening, you get 5 questions tonight. That's it. So save your questions for when they actually matter, my man. Okay, and it'll be a good time. All right, we got to find a place for Charlie the Chinstrap Penguin. Charlie, did you have a great month of Charlie?
Back to his homeland.
Oh, guys, I had the greatest. I'm Charlie the Penguin, the Chinstrap Penguin. I had a wonderful time in the month of Charch, and I will miss you guys for the next 365 days. Please put me somewhere where others can see me, and you can still enjoy my wonderful strap. There you go.
Maybe the king and queen adopt him for
Charlie
you.
the Penguin, the Chinstrap Penguin. That thing's not leaving my sight.
The drawer. Oh, you get him in there. Get him in there. Yeah. For the lock shop today.
Charlie, we'll see you in 1 year.
Ooh, back to my homeland. Back in the pocket I go.
Bloop. Charlie the Penguin. All right, the Hangout, jam-packed, coming up. That's going to be on the way. If you're watching on YouTube, turn on autoplay. That'll take you right on over to the Hangout today. That'll lead into the Lock Shop. That'll lead into the Oil Stream. That'll lead into EST Afternoons. And that'll lead into the Smash It Nielson Show, which will then lead into staff meeting tonight here at 6 o'clock. 334 days.
I guess to the beginning.
Oh yeah, because of another month.
Quick math.
That's a good math, everybody. Sorry, I'm an idiot. Sorry, Charlie. 334. All right, for Trev and Eric, I'm Dusty. I'll talk to you in the lock shop. Take it easy.